Today, we talk to the collector that pulled the card of a lifetime, the Macklin Celebrini Young Guns Outburst Gold 101. Upper Deck makes a big push for hockey at the National and a whole lot more. Welcome back to episode 415 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, presented by our good friends at Upper Deck.
Josh! Loud collector, feel! Loud collector, feel! Baba Louie, Baba Louie! Baba Louie, Baba Louie!
And California Dave! And California Dave!
California Dave!
Welcome to the Gong Show.
Hello, happy family. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. What a show today. Holy smokes. This is going to be a good one. Put that bucket on. Snap the chin strap. Get ready for some fun. Hello, David.
Hello, Joshua.
Dave married his niece.
Go on.
That's what he told me anyways. So
Yeah, I realized that I have to say that a little differently because
Yeah,
someone
you do.
asked me about it, and
You
I was
do.
like, "Oh yeah, I'm marrying my niece tomorrow," and they're like,
What?
I'm like, okay, sorry, I'm officiating the wedding of my niece tomorrow. So that happened. That happened on Saturday. So everything went smooth.
Yeah.
Everything worked out. It was a great wedding. Yep.
Well, for a minute, I got excited when you're going to marry your niece because I'm actually marrying Phil's sister. So,
Yeah, both of them.
well, hey, Phil, how are you, bud?
Good. How are you?
Doing
Hey.
well.
Is there anything more Phil than asking him a question and him walking out his door? No.
No, I don't think
Get
so.
his sisters.
Hello, Baba Louie. What's up, buddy?
Hi. Nothing.
Okay. Well, you live an exciting life.
Not really.
That doesn't sound like it. Okay. Like I said, major show today. Mentioned right off the top that Upper Deck is making a huge push for hockey at the National Sport Card Collectors Convention, or the National, as of course this week. Very happy to see that. It seems like the timing is perfect. Tons of stuff that they'll be doing on the schedule. And they recently announced a number of key rookies will be at the National, at the Upper Deck booth, interacting with fans, opening some boxes. Big names, too. Gavin McKenna, Porter Martone, Cole Hudson, I think about a dozen other ones as well. And Upper Deck included us, which is kind of awesome. I'll be opening some boxes with the boys, I think extended series. Can't wait to meet them. Get the next crop of NHL stars' thoughts on their upcoming Young Guns and see if any of them have a history in the hobby. I'm always tempted to say, like when we get to interview a rookie, like that I'll maybe ask them if they collected cards when they were a kid, but then I remember they are kids.
They're still kids.
Yeah, they're still kids.
Yeah.
Wouldn't a clear cut be better to open with them? Kind of like a one and done. Like,
I
especially
think
if-
the idea is to be on the stage and ask them questions while we're opening
Okay.
boxes. I don't know. We're just going with the flow with the
And-
Upper Deck program.
And there's more cards, so you can interact with them about the players they're opening instead of just one random card where, maybe they don't even know who it is. Sometimes we don't know who it is.
Right.
Oh, here's Sam Bennett. What's it going to be like when he smushes your face in the board?
Yeah. It's on my card.
And then I think also I'll be interviewing Jason Mashra on Thursday right before that. So the rookies are going to be at the Upper Deck booth on Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. And then I'll be interviewing Jason at 1 o'clock, I believe, on the main stage as well. And then a huge treat for me on Friday, I get to open some Metal Universe with G. McLeod, who is the creator of Metal back in the 90s, the inventor of the PMG, and most of the hockey cards I love. And she's an
How
awesome
happy are
person.
you for that? When I heard
Oh.
you're doing that, I'm like, oh, that's a Josh thing for sure. That's
Yeah, it's like a hobby bucket list item.
Yeah.
Check. Right there.
You think Billy will be there though? He'll be.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, he'll ruin something.
He'll
yeah.
say, "Hi, Gene. This is my good friend Josh." Like he'll be the one to do. Like he's gonna be the intro.
Maybe I'll have to introduce Billy to Jean. I don't know if she's.
Yeah, she's
I
like,
don't know if she goes down that low in the organization.
it's true.
Like,
I've
hey,
seen you in
Jean.
I've seen you in the elevator. It smells funny after you leave. Yeah, that's you.
Oh, is that the mailroom guy? Yeah. Yeah. He sorts your mail.
Yeah.
It should be a very, very fun time at the National. Hope to see you all there. And if you run into us, please stop and say hi. Gongshow Breaks. We had a great night of breaks on Saturday night. A lot of fun. Went through a couple cases of Ultimate. Hit some really big cards. 2 101s. One we didn't even know because it was hidden. And then the chat chimed in. And I'm like, hey, ding dongs. You just hit I think it was a Berkeley Catton 101 auto. Maybe something like that. Hit a Demidov auto, a Beckett Seneca patch auto, a Patrick Kane, or it was an update, but a patch auto as well. And then we did a buyback with the Cup and some of Grant's Expo GP buybacks, which are always phenomenal. There was a really, really nice Sidney Crosby memorabilia card that we were gushing over before we started recording. And I think the card of that break was a black The Show Connor McDavid auto with the silver paint pen, which on the black kind of glossy card. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was very, very beautiful. We'll be back this Saturday. Even while the Nationals going on, Tori and Marco will be breaking. The new spots and breaks will post Wednesday about noon on the gongshowbreaks.com website. Well, Phil and Dave, you guys had a very, very fun and entertaining Friday nights with Phil last Friday. You want to give us a quick recap?
Oh, me? Oh, yeah, no, it was fun. Yeah. Dave, you can answer too.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, we had a good time. Lots of fun. We had Dave's game. He had his PSA submission return, and I prepped the pictures for the good listener to guess out of 6 to 10. And Dave didn't have a lot of 10s, so it was really funny.
It was
more 6s than 10s, right?
There was 1 6 and 1 10, but there was there was a decent amount of 7s and 8s in there too. So it was pretty bad. It was a straight from EPAC to grading situation, and I learned some lessons.
Why don't you share those lessons?
Well, I
quickly.
I learned that you don't have to go just off the stock image. You can pay $2 a card to find out the actual picture of the card and decide from there whether you want to grade it. And that probably would have saved me a decent amount of money.
So Dave took up 17 cards from ComC and never saw them in hand, directly sent them to PSA and tried to be an entrepreneur, and it failed. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. But that's the coin toss. Okay.
And we blame the other group. We blame this other group as the backlog.
PSA screwed Dave over.
Yeah.
Tell him, Dave.
No, the cards were pretty bad. Like
I know. That wasn't sarcastic. I was not being serious.
Like, that definitely is a 7. So there are a couple of 9s though that I think look very clean. So I might crack those and resubmit. So, but
I think you've proven though that in general the strategy of using stock images from ComC to grade cards instantly probably isn't the best idea.
No, it is definitely not. But Phil, the highlight was Phil's Team Canada box.
Oh yeah.
What'd you hit, Phil?
I hit a Sidney Crosby. Clear cut winner. Clear cut card. Acetate, PETG. And it's awesome. And Dave, I hit a Tyler Toffoli autograph card, which is my little nemesis there, Baby Chandler. That's his favorite hockey player. And I personally think Tyler Toffoli should be kicked out of the league. He's a menace. Yeah. And that's it. That's it.
We got to say congrats to Chandler too, who had a big weekend with his family, and so congratulations to him on the new addition.
Yes.
Okay. Lastly, before we get started, a reminder that our show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, we are a Patreon podcast. That means we do rely on the support of the good watcher and the good listener to help us cover show expenses, produce more and what we hope to be better hockey card content, and then fun initiatives, even in a small way to grow the hockey hobby. You can support us. You can be our athletic supporter for as little as $5 a month. Be a Future Watch Gonger. Get the one of the first 999 supporters. You get access to our Discord, our exclusive show with our great buddy Neil, and Behind the Bench, and all the fun stuff we do there, from fantasy hockey to playoff challenges, 5K challenge, and just make new friends in the hobby, which is the best part. If you want to support us, go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com. Search for us. We are the Hockey Cards Gong Show. There's a link in the show description, both YouTube and podcast apps, and our Instagram and TikTok profiles, too. Baba Louie.
Yep.
You got the game plan for today's show.
Sure do. We are going to start off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then we'll get into the Weekly 7. After that, it's some hobby news. Then we have a talk with that guy that pulled the Celebrini Young Guns Gold Outburst 101.
Yeah.
That guy.
He said it. There, find it. That's it. That's the first time we've said it on the show.
Woo.
Oh, but does the thumbnail show what we're the show?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought we were being mysterious.
Plus,
You guys weren't being
Josh introduced it like in the very first one.
Yeah, when you left to go
Oh, to get my hat. Yeah.
get your hat, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the top 5 very early 2025 Parkhurst sales. Then we get into the Gongshow Mailbag and finish up with personal pickups.
Thank you, Baba Louie. Let's get today's show rolling with the Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's where we're profiling every single Hockey Hall of Fame player. I think we're like 150 plus deep now at this point. Started with the first Hall of Fame class that was elected in 1945. Have since been working our way to the present day. Today's Hall of Famer I didn't really know anything about. I know, shocking. We're still in the class of 1981, and the player we are profiling is Allan Stanley. Anyone?
Boston guy? The Boston?
I'm gonna
He
say
played for
Toronto
like every team.
by the picture, but yeah.
Once again, Dave is a fountain of knowledge. He's the encyclopedia of
I
hockey
don't care.
history.
You can play for other teams in my head. I'm just close my eyes. I think Allan Stanley, Boston. I see him in a Boston jersey.
He did play for Boston. You are correct.
All right, there you go. Good job, Phil. Good on you.
Allan Herbert Stanley lived from 1926 until passing away at the age of 87 in 2013. Was born in Timmins, Ontario, which I think that's where Frank Mahovlich was from too, if I remember correctly. And passed away, oh boy, I'm going to butcher this one. Bob Cajun, Ontario?
Hey, Bob. He's from Bob. Oh, he passed away in Bob Cajun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it perfect. That's a very important word. Yeah, it's good.
Where is that?
Where's Bob Cajun? It is, what do they call it? The hub of the Kawarthas. So Kawartha Lakes, east of Toronto.
Okay, thank you.
You know.
Allan was a left shot defenseman, really big dude, 6'2", 182 pounds during his playing career. And in a career that lasted from 1946 until 1969, played for 5 NHL teams: the New York Rangers, Chicago Blackhawks, Boston Bruins, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Philadelphia Flyers. In 1,244 career NHL games, Stanley recorded 100 goals on the dot, added 333 assists for 433 points with 792 penalty minutes. He was named an NHL's second All-Star team selection 3 times, won Lord Stanley's Cup 4 times. And after his hockey career ended, Allan would go on to found the Beehive Hockey School Complex with his wife, Barbara.
Barbara, what a beauty.
Yeah. Barbara Manatee. Did any of your kids watch the Veggie Tales growing up?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was a huge hit. Huge hit.
You remember the song Barbara Manatee?
No, because I didn't watch it, but they did.
Yeah.
Well, we had a van with the TV in it, and so I would hear it, not watch it. Yeah.
Fair.
Why you should care about Allan Stanley? Again, he was born in 1926 in a northern Ontario mining town of Timmins into a legitimate hockey family. His uncle Barney Stanley starred for the Vancouver Millionaires, won the Stanley Cup in 1915, and later joined Allan in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Another uncle, Ab Stanley, played senior hockey with the Hamilton Tigers. Stanley first attracted professional attention in 1942 while playing defense for the Timmins Hallman Pluggers. Oh boy. And during didn't hold up that name.
No.
During a game in Toronto, former NHL player and scout Baldy Cotton noticed the tall 16-year-old and helped him steer towards the Boston Bruins development system. At only 17, Stanley left Northern Ontario to join the Boston Olympics of the Eastern Amateur Hockey League. He was already unusually large for the era, eventually listed around 6'2", and his reach, strength, and ability to block attackers made him a natural professional prospect. Stanley's first relationship with the Bruins ended because one horribly timed illness. Boston Stanley was sick in bed with a severe cold and sore throat. He dressed anyways, Okay, no, sorry.
Josh stroking out or what?
Boston executives Art Ross and Weston Adams traveled to Providence specifically to evaluate him, but he was sick in bed with a severe cold and sore throat. He dressed anyways, later calling it perhaps the worst game of his career, and learned the following day that Boston had sold him outright to Providence. Rather than disappearing in the minors, Stanley developed into one of the American Hockey League's most valuable young defensemen in 1947-48 at the age of 22. He recorded 41 points in 68 games for the Providence Reds. Exceptional production for a defenseman in that period, and placed himself squarely on the NHL radar. On December 9, 1948, the New York Rangers acquired Stanley in what newspapers described as the largest transaction ever made for a minor league player. New York reportedly surrendered several players, an amateur prospect, and enough cash to place the package's estimated value between $60,000 and $70,000. Stanley immediately became known as the $70,000 rookie, an enormous burden in an era when many NHL stars earned only a fraction of that amount. He made his NHL debut on December 11th, 1948 against Detroit at Olympia Stadium. The Rangers lost 5-3, but the Associated Press reported that the rookie had played steady hockey and had an encouraging beginning considering the extraordinary expectations attached to him. 4 nights later, Stanley scored his first NHL goal against the defending Stanley Cup champion Toronto Maple Leafs. Fred Shero moved the puck to him, and Stanley fired what the New York Times called a lightning shot just from inside the Toronto blue line, a reminder that despite later being remembered primarily as a defensive defenseman, he possessed a very heavy point shot. Stanley's first NHL appearance at Maple Leaf Gardens became a family homecoming. His parents traveled down from Timmins and met him at Toronto's Union Station. His father, Bill, the Timmins fire chief, had promised he would be there. Stanley rewarded them with 2 assists, strong puck movement, and several block shots. The Globe and Mail wrote that he looked like as though he had been in the big time for years. Early in Stanley's rookie season, Rangers coach Lynn Patrick praised the elements that would define his career: blocking shots, checking effectively, and becoming physical when necessary. He was never a spectacular open ice skater, but coaches recognized that he understood positioning and could separate opponents from the puck without constantly chasing hits. Stanley helped the Rangers make an unlikely run to the 1950 Stanley Cup final. Because Madison Square Garden had already been booked by the circus, New York was forced to play its normal home games in Toronto. The Rangers pushed a heavily favored Detroit Red Wings to double overtime in Game 7 before Pete Babando scored the cup-winning goal, leaving Stanley one shot away from winning a championship in only his second NHL season. There was another one of these Hall of Famers that was in that game as well. I remember that.
Yeah.
The enormous price New York eventually paid worked against Stanley. The Rangers struggled after 1950, and frustrated Madison Square Garden fans turned the $70,000 rookie into their favorite target. Every mistake was magnified, and the booing reportedly began before he even touched the puck. Rangers fans sarcastically named him Sonia, after the champion figure skater Sonia Henne, whose ice shows were familiar attractions at Madison Square Garden. The joke was that Stanley appeared to be gliding or performing instead of playing hard. Hockey writer Stan Saplin later argued that the abuse nearly ruined Stanley's career, describing how the Garden crowd had labeled him an expensive failure and subjected him to years of relentless ridicule. I don't think that they don't seem as passionate in New York for their Rangers as that these days. That seems like a very almost like Toronto thing to happen now.
Yeah, for sure.
Stanley did have what players called rabbit ears. He heard the criticism and reacted to it, and then jeered. And then, as the jeering intensified, he became more cautious with the puck, which created even more hesitation and more boos. The player had once looked so composed became a vivid example of how unforgiving home crowd could drain confidence from a talented athlete. During the 1953-54 season, New York sent Stanley to the Vancouver Canucks of the Western Hockey League. Away from Madison Square Garden, he rediscovered his game, producing 36 points in 47 regular season games and another 7 points in 13 playoff contests. He proved that the player New York fans had rejected could still control games at a high professional level. He returned briefly to the Rangers, but in November 1954, they traded him to the Blackhawks. The move ended 5 emotionally exhausting years in New York. Freed from the Garden's hostility, he immediately recorded 10 goals, 25 points, in 52 games for Chicago, the highest goal total of his career. Now, here comes when Phil will remember Allan Stanley. Boston acquired Stanley in 1956 and the recommendation of general manager Lynn Patrick, his former Rangers coach. Patrick still believed in the defenseman's intelligence and physical tools. And Stanley responded with consecutive 31-point seasons, helping the Bruins reach the Stanley Cup Finals in both 1957 and 58. Boston's concern was not Stanley's effectiveness, but how long it would last. A leg injury and his heavy skating produced the nickname Snowshoes. And the Bruins concluded that at the age of 32, he was nearing the end. In October 1958, Boston sent Stanley and winger Johnny Bucyk to Detroit for Gillies Boisvert. It's a tough one to say. With Toronto acquiring Stanley from Detroit almost immediately, Bucyk became a Bruins legend, while Stanley's supposed decline turned into another decade of elite NHL hockey. So that's a trade that brought Johnny Bucyk to Boston, I believe. Punch Him Lock saw something Boston did not. The new Maple Leafs coach believes Stanley could compensate for declining speed with anticipation and positioning, much as Stanley's uncle Barney had done late in his career. Imlock later described Allan as one of the most honest and dependable players a coach could ask for. Toronto proved to be the perfect environment. Stanley was paired most famously with Tim Horton, whose speed, strength, and puck carrying complemented Stanley's conservative positioning. While Horton would lead the rush or overpower a checker, Stanley stayed behind the play, produced the middle, and rarely exposed goaltender Johnny Bower to an uncontested chance. Bower later called Stanley fantastic at playing the shooting angle. According to Bower, Stanley never screened his own goalie and seemed to anticipate where Bower could direct a rebound before Bower himself had decided. That reconciliation explains Stanley's value better than scoring totals ever could. He defended in coordination with his goaltender instead of simply reacting to the puck. Bob Bond offered an even better description of Stanley's economic movement, comparing Stanley with legendary Leafs coach King Clancy. Bond wrote that there were such masters of the defensive zone that either man could seemingly have played the position in a rocking chair. Stanley appeared slow because he rarely had to race back and repair a mistake. He was usually waiting to see where the play was going. He earned second All-Star team selection honors in 1960-61, produced a career-best 35 points in 61-62, and that season, Toronto defeated Chicago to win the Stanley Cup, giving the 36-year-old Stanley his first championship nearly 14 years after entering the NHL as its most expensive rookie. He became the foundation of the Leafs' 3 consecutive championships in 1962, 63, 64, played major minutes against stars such as Gordie Howe, Bobby Hull, Jean Beliveau, and Stan Mikita, and produced 7 playoff points in both 63 and 64 championship runs. In 1964, the 38-year-old appeared in all 14 playoff games for Toronto, survived consecutive 7-game series against Montreal and Detroit. His most memorable moment came in the final seconds of the 1967 Stanley Cup Final, with Toronto leading Montreal 2-1 in Game 6. Imlock sent the 41-year-old defenseman out to take a critical defensive zone face-off against Jean Beliveau. Stanley won the draw, physically moved the Canadiens' captain away from the puck, and allowed Red Kelly to begin the sequence that ended with George Armstrong's empty net goal. Toronto Daily Star writer Red Burnett highlighted Stanley's face-off as the play that made the championship clinching goal possible. It was a perfect final message of Stanley's career, an aging defenseman defeating one of hockey's greatest players through preparation, leverage, and intelligence. He remained with Toronto through 1967-68, finished his career with the Philadelphia Flyers in 68-69, appearing in 64 games at the age of 42.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
another one of those weird careers that ends with the Flyers or the Golden
Flyers.
Seals. The guy was literally born 100 years ago, right? I think you said 1926, and he ended his career with the Flyers.
That's crazy. Yeah, I just couldn't let go, I guess. And played with the young expansion franchise and helped them reach the playoffs. He retired after 1,244 NHL games with 100 goals and through 433 points, 4 Stanley Cups, 3 second All-Star team selections. And his career traveled from the most ridiculed player in Madison Square Garden to one of the most trusted defensemen on a dynasty, earning him induction to the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1981.
So if he didn't have that big contract, he would have been left alone, right? Like, why?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dave, your head's massive on the screen. I feel like I need to.
Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better?
I don't know. I like uniformity. I mean, anyways. Okay, but back. If he never got that 70 large, they would have left him alone. Money to the fair weather fan equates to excitement and goals and right?
Expectations.
Yeah. So they're not going to understand, like, oh, he's a very good positioned guy. Another player would have not been in place and they probably would have scored. Well, that's not why you buy tickets to events, is to see well-positioned people play their game.
Yeah.
Right. Poor
Well,
guy.
also, that's the price that they paid him. It wasn't like, if they're going to offer him that money, like, it's not like he's going to say no to it, right? So it's not his fault that the organization thought really highly of him and decided to pay him a bunch of money. So
that
that's
city
not
goes
on him.
through like ups and downs, eh? Like confused, not confused, confused, not confused.
What I respect about his story is that he lost his confidence, but found a way to gain it back. Right? There's a good redemption part to this.
Imagine having 15,000 people boo you. That's like that's horrible.
And it's your own team. It's your
That's
own
the
fan.
worst. Oh, Dave.
It's not like you're in a hostile environment. You're at home and you're getting booed by your own fans. That's just terrible.
Yeah.
So,
well, we're going to talk later about the 10 worst NHL contracts. So there might be a little tie-in to
my
today.
team's on there a couple of times.
I hope
As well.
PLD is on there.
I don't know. We'll see.
Josh has a number one. Come on. And number one, based on my opinion.
I got me some PLD.
He's got to be the worst contract on one of the teams he's been on.
He's not, actually.
Bobby Bonilla, New York Mets.
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
that-
Not worse for him.
Yeah,
no.
good for him, yeah.
Before we get into that, though, let's look at Allan Stanley's hobby market quick. His rookie cards in the 1951 Parkhurst set. Gosh, how many Hall of Fame rookies are in this set?
Oh.
Card number 94. Highest selling copies of PSA 9 were showing on YouTube, sold for $3,313 US in August 2012, which is a long time ago. I've also picked 3 additional Playing Days cards for us to look at. First one is 1954 Topps, card number 41. Great
Nice card.
Yeah.
That's
PSA
great.
9 we're looking at, or SGC 9, sorry, is a highest public seller, having sold for $3,958 US in May of 2008. Next card I chose are from the 1961 Parker set, card number 16. PSA 10, crazy, is the highest seller, sold for $500 US in June 2021.
Why listen, I need that design with the red refracting off of the yellow.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Not that design, but that artistry.
Want to collect Leafs cards now, or
They need to hire me for Parkhurst, like as at least a liaison or something. I'll work for
Consultant.
No, I got to
Good consultant.
that. I'll work for very low.
yeah. You work for blaster boxes.
You got to move to
I'd rather
California.
hobby boxes.
That's
What's
the
that,
problem. You got to move to California to do that.
Well, maybe I will. We'll
Yeah,
see.
you should.
Yeah, put on my Van Halen album, drive down in my convertible.
That's right.
Get a Volkswagen van again. Put a surfboard on the side.
No, that's not my. Well, I mean, maybe in a different life. Out of people that drive those look kind of smelly to me. I'm old. I like hotels now.
Motels? Yeah, sure. The final
motels.
Play Days card, and Allan Stanley Playing Days card is from 1968 O-Pee-Chee, card number 183. Had to show him in all his Flyers glory here.
Oh yeah.
Last card of his playing career. Highest sellers is PSA 9, so for $405 US in July of 2018. And that, folks, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Allan Stanley.
I would get rid of that. If I was the Stanley Foundation, I would buy all of those cards and burn them. You know, like, this is my grandpa. Look at my great grandpa on the 51 Parky. Whoa. Yeah, I also found your grandpa wearing an oversized CCM. Just such different eras, right? And
He had a long career, that's for sure.
Yeah, I did.
It's time again to check in on the top stories from this past week in the NHL, see if there's any translation or impact to our beloved hockey hobby. We call it the Weekly 7.
Let's skate on over to the NHL.
Well, boys, former free agent and former Blackhawk Patrick Kane signed a 2-year deal to return. Bringing Showtime is coming back to the Windy City. He'll lace them up for the Chicago Blackhawks again. A pretty big number. Kane will make $8 million a year for 2 years to play with the Hawks. Spent the first 16 seasons of his career in Chicago before being traded away in 2023. Here's what Hawks GM Kyle Davidson had to say about the signing. Day in and out for 16 seasons, Patrick captivated the city of Chicago with his dazzling skill, creating some of the most memorable moments in Blackhawks history. As he helped bring our storied franchise back to the pinnacle of our sport, he's shown on countless occasions he knows what it takes to win at the highest levels. And we couldn't be prouder to have Patrick once again to call the United Center home and continue to shine in Chicago's brightest lights. So Showtime is back and could very well end up playing with Connor Bedard once he's back. You guys like that idea?
I do. I don't know if that's going to make them the pinnacle of Chicago again, just bringing Patty Kane back. I mean, he is very old. He's probably about $3 million a year paid too high, but I am very excited that Connor Bedard actually has a playmaker to play with. No offense to all the other people and the Tyler Bertuzzis and stuff, but Patrick Kane's on a different level. Even at his age, he's better than anyone else that Bedard's had to play with. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Potentially the greatest American ever play, right? You can strongly argue that.
Yeah.
I think it solidifies in my head. I'm always like, oh, so Celebrini's the good guy and Bedard's the bad guy. Maybe it's the darker eyebrows on Bedard. I don't know. But now that Kane's going to Chicago, that really solidifies it to me because, the taxi thing. And what do you keep bringing it up? Well, because it happened. That's why.
Also, I never got used to looking at Patrick Kane in a Detroit Red Wings uniform.
Yeah, no, never.
He's so off.
Yeah,
like it's one of
even
those
in New York.
I see him more. I see him as a London Knight more. Oh, I hope I got that right. Yeah, no, I do because he must have some cards out there as London Knights because that's all I see him as well. And he in Detroit, it never looked right. Has he shaved his head yet? Has he accepted he's bald?
No. He's doing the comb back thing.
Yeah, it's incredible, eh? Like imagine your eye doctor believed in the stork theory. Like Kane's one of the greatest players ever, but he doesn't have the self-awareness to shave his head. What's the matter with you? It doesn't make sense.
Rebecca follows the bald Reddit page where everyone comes in and they say, "Is it time to shave my head or not?" And she's
doing the God's work.
She goes, every day I get on it. She goes, it's like the most entertaining page ever. So,
I'm on it. I love it.
That's a great one.
To your point, though, Dave, Kane will turn 38 in November, which puts him up there. But also, I even think more so than his age, the concern would be that he had his hip zambonied and had that resurfacing surgery, which is like all sorts of nasty and no one barely comes back from.
Yeah. So it is concerning, but he, in Detroit, he put up pretty good numbers for his age. And so
I think like point per game, something like that, or close to it.
I think just under because he was always like flirting on my fantasy teams. I was always picking him up, streaming him or keeping him on for a while. So he would go into some pretty good runs. So yeah, when he's healthy, he's generally producing.
Kane is the last active NHL player now from the Blackhawks 3 championships run, with Johnny Toews recently retiring from the Winnipeg Jets. And he'll have the chance to pad his Blackhawks franchise stat totals, where he's already near the top in just about every category. He's third in games played, third in goals, second in assists, and second in points. For his career now, Kane has produced 508 goals, 892 assists for 1,400 points in 1,369 games played. But you'd think that would have been a great time to retire if you wanted to. You hit 500, check. 1,400 points, check. And
playing with full year with Bedsy though. I think that's maybe on his list. I like it.
That might have put juice in his batteries, just like he was like, probably retire, have the chance to go play with a new young superstar. That might have been just the deciding factor right there. Well, and a couple times getting $8 million. So yeah, that probably doesn't hurt.
Well, and I think most of us immediately think of Bedard, but if you're a Patrick Kane fan, this probably helps Patrick Kane more than it helps.
Yeah.
Betsy has the ability to set him up, I think, pretty well too.
For sure.
So Patrick Kane is a 2008 or 2007-08 Young Guns. PSA 10 pop 398 with the 26% gem rate, the less hole for $1,407 on May 27th. Up 35% in the past 3 months, 11% in the past 6 months, 52-week high, 1407. So this is the 1 year high, last sale. 52-week low, 780 US.
Our first rip party, I pulled a Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember that too.
Exciting.
Well, you always want to talk about a player 25 years younger than Patrick Kane?
Yes, let's do it.
We are on the officially... I didn't want to, but it's kind of become unavoidable to get on the RJ Celebrini Future Watch stock here.
Oh, boy.
11?
13.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Go ahead. Let's find out about the kid who has no hair on his armpits.
Yeah, that's very true. So, off-season training is underway for our favorite players. This past week, a video surfaced of Macklin, Celebrini, Will Smith, and Gavin McKenna on the ice working on their skills. And 13-year-old RJ Celebrini was out there too.
It's grade 7 arithmetic. Almost.
And the younger brother of Macklin, and according to reports, and if you go watch the videos for yourself, circulating around social media, the youngest Celebrini not only held his own, there's a lot of like people taking shots at McKenna that the young Celebrini sort of ate his lunch.
I told you, McKenna ain't gonna be squat. Could you imagine? Like, come on. This is summer stuff. This is summer. Okay.
I know. But so here's the part that's I guess a touch relevant, as ridiculous as this whole notion is. You've been hearing about this name for a few years, and there is something brewing here. I'm not talking about how good he's going to be. This is a hype conversation, okay? And some people like to even speculate he could even be better than Macklin someday. That's been thrown out there. Macklin himself has said that young RJ is more offensively inclined than he is. And of course, the name Celebrini certainly helps. The kid has access to training opportunities that most anyone in the world probably doesn't get. This winter, he did play on a U15 team at the age of 13 and scored 148 points in 60 games.
What?
That's crazy.
Oh, my God. He's like genetically enhanced.
Yeah, with 71 goals in 60 games. Now, he won't be in the NHL likely until 2030, 31, which is, of course, a long time.
I'll have
get your series, get your money for 2031.
Well,
series
to that point, I don't know if you saw this, Dave, but David Adams already has 2030-31 Series 2 pre-sales up at $1,200 a box.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
All these articles are brought to you by sports card manufacturers and resellers, right? You guys better get in on this 12-year-old. I mean, he's a pretty big blue chip there. Oh, my God.
But I think there's a chance. I mean, if things continue to escalate, and so much can happen, he can decide to hate hockey next year and want to join a rock band or something like that. You never know.
Wrong girlfriend. It's over.
But I don't feel like this is like the kernels, the very beginning of like Bedard-ish level hype. And I'm just saying, we'll see where it goes. We'll see what.
I mean, we were talking about Bedard when he was 15, and that's what all that hype, that's what carried into the inflated box prices and all that stuff, is because we were talking about him for so long. So that's what happens with these new young kids. You know, people talk about them for 5 years before they're drafted, and they have that pre-hype, which makes it crazy.
So I feel you're not buying any early RJ Celebrini stock at this point.
I'm not buying Celebrini Senior. I'm definitely not buying Celebrini Junior. I'm in the Bedsy camp. Yeah, Bedsy and Schaefer camp.
Yeah, I can't wait for the U16 RJ, because whatever his team is, they're going to make cards at this point. Yeah. And we're going to have like the Regina Pats Bedard thing all over again.
Yep.
What's RJ's auto going to be? A stick? One line?
Maybe just an R and a J.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, you know what? That'd be good. People will take that. That's better than most.
Maybe we'll go the soccer route and just his only name will be RJ.
Or we could call him RJC.
Yeah, there you go.
Macklin,
RJ. Good nicknames for him.
Names to, well, I mean, I named my kid a lump of rock, right? So.
Okay, back to adults. Jason Robertson has re-signed with the Dallas Stars. Yeah, well, not in this show.
Not in this. Yeah. We're talking.
Are you calling Gwyneth? Are you calling
mature adults?
J-Rob re-signed with the Dallas Stars, signed a 1-year deal to avoid arbitration that basically pushed the long-term decision for him and both the team down the road for one more season. Deal will pay the 27-year-old scorer $12 million next year. Now remember, boys, this is on the heels of Robertson turning down a signing trade to the Kraken where he would have received an 8-year deal worth $15 million annually.
Mm-hmm.
And for a player that scored 45 goals last season, has averaged 91 points over the last 4 regular seasons, seems like a pretty good deal for 1 year. A theory on this is that both Dallas wants to sign him long term. I think J-Rob wants to be there, and so by doing this deal, it gives them a year to straighten out their salary cap situation, make that a little more palatable, I think, to give him the type of deal we're looking for.
Look how hard Billy Guerin went to go get Quinn Hughes. Look like that's a very love him or hate him. He's an emotional, passionate GM, right? When you hate him, so imagine being J-Rob. Like you're not. Like it's kind of like the girl. Well, okay, I'm a guy, so I'm not being whatever you want me to be the villain in your thoughts here. I'm just going to use a personal story. It's kind of like a girlfriend that won't leave, or an ex-girlfriend that won't leave. It's like, no, we're broken up. Like, you don't mean that. Like, no, I don't want to be with you. Like, no, I left my socks. I need to get them. It's like, J-Rob, we don't want you on the team. Okay, fine. You can stay, but we'll pay you like this. Like,
Maybe.
I'll stay. Like, it seems a little like if I was Robertson, I'd be like, you know what? Screw you. I'm out of here. But maybe
I don't know. I read it very differently. I read it more of the way that he wants to stay. Exactly what you just said. He wants to stay in Dallas. They need a year to straighten out their. I mean,
I've
they're
said
paying
that
a
too,
lot
Dave.
of players. And
listen, I've said that too. We can't go out to dinner in Canada. We have to go out to dinner in the East End because of this reason. And you make all these excuses to have the good parts of them. I don't know. It just seems like Robertson wants to stay in Dallas more than Dallas wants to keep him.
Okay, I got
that's
you.
what
I
I
got
should
what
have
you're
said at
saying.
the
Maybe.
beginning. I
Got
say,
what
sorry,
you're
I
saying.
wasted like
Yeah.
3 minutes of everybody. That's what I should have said. Yeah.
I wanted to mention this on our last show when we profiled Frank Mahovlich. Remember how they talked about like Frank was like this really big guy who looked like he's skating fast but never looked like it, was very quiet, and at the time I'm thinking, boy, that reminds me a lot of Jason Robertson. A little bit, just in like maybe their personality characteristics.
He's very quiet, and he's been a little bit maybe more quiet in the playoffs than Dallas wants him to be. And I mean, quiet also like on the score sheet. So I think maybe that might be also going into, let's give it another year. Let's see what you can do and how you can produce.
Yeah, he ferociousness is not part of his game, right? And that's the hockey playoffs. That kind of, you can, if you're ferocious, you can kind of overcompensate on the skill a little bit.
Yeah, because I think that's what happens in the regular. Playing in the regular season is a different beast than playing in the playoffs.
It's a completely
and
different.
What you need more than anything is you would rather a player be a little bit more even killed during the regular season and then step it up for the playoffs and really make an impact.
Like
that's
Florida.
way better than the other way, because Dallas, they're going to make the playoffs. There's no way they're not making the playoffs this upcoming year unless they have some serious injury issues. But I'm sure they just want to see what he does in the playoffs and see if he can do more than he has in the past. Find out.
Pretty good year though to get him for one more year, and then if he can do it again, then it might be worth the longer term commitment. We had another signing, and there's something about this guy. And I just wanted to talk about him because I think it's the name. Okay, I'm just going to get out there and say that he's got a cool A name.
Yeah, he does.
The Columbus Blue Jackets and goalie Jet Greaves avoided arbitration by agreeing to a new 3-year deal that will pay the 25-year-old goalie $5 million a year. He was a restricted free agent this summer. 55 games last year, posted a record of 26, 19, and 9 with a .908 save percentage and 2.6 goals against. His athleticism and compete level give him the ability to recover when plays break down, which is especially valuable behind a young Columbus team that can still surrender difficult chances. And he's consistently outperformed expectations as an undrafted goaltender, progressing from the OHL to the AHL and eventually earning NHL starting role rather than being handed one based on pedigree. At 25, he's still young for an NHL goaltender and could have several more years of technical and positional development ahead of him. Already has a career .913 save percentage through 76 NHL games, and could have upside to this too. And again, he's got a sweet name, and he's an athletic goalie, and I just keep grasping for straws for a goalie chase in our league. And I don't know. I think the name matters. Does that
how many years did you say his new contract is?
It's 3-year deal.
3-year deal. Okay. I mean, we talk about it all the time that goalies, they a lot of times come into their own in their late 20s. So, I mean, this is probably a good contract for everybody around to see kind of what happens with him and see if he matures into that. So, because I feel like he's like the starting goalie, but he's not the guy who
I think they're saying now though with this deal that he's like he's the official number one dude.
What does a starting goalie mean? You play 45 games and the other goalie plays 38.
Well, I mean, play the most important games probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I find I don't like the way goalies are. Every team needs to be more of a tandem, I guess, and one goalie playing a few more important games and no one can pull the Martin Brodeur again, I guess. Like no one can play 60 to 70 games anymore, eh?
Yeah.
Like why is that? Why I understand the game of hockey has changed. It's gotten faster, bigger, stronger, but the goalie position, the pucks are going faster than 108 miles an hour? They have to pivot quicker? The pucks are coming in, the sticks are different. I get it, but why can't a goalie in their space play 60 to 65 games?
Can I add something to that I just thought of right now?
What?
Well, not only do they play half the games players used to, think of the equipment different. Think of how much lighter.
Their
exactly. Equipment is now. Those guys back in the day, those leather pads by the third period must have weighed 80 pounds.
Sweat logged, stanky. So I'm not saying this in a bad way. Like this is where old Troy would have been great. He could explain it. Let us know in the comments. I have no idea. Why is it so taxing? Is it a mental thing? Is it like, oh, we're softer now? I don't know. I don't think so.
You know what? You know what I think, just based off of kind of falling into my fantasy hockey roots, like you look at the backups for these teams, and generally speaking, a lot of times the backups have better stats than the starting goalies. So they're not sacrificing a lot by throwing in the backup. Now, the backup can't do 60 games and continue to have that good output as far as the save percentage and the wins and all that stuff. But I think the teams are looking at it going, we're not sacrificing by throwing our backup in there because he's performing just as well as long as we just keep him to one game a week. And so I think a lot of it is probably based off of that. So, and it gives the starting goalie just a break. He doesn't have to play 3-4 games every single week. He can play 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's almost the narrative around it, the way we speak about goalies. It's kind of like the pitcher thing in baseball. I don't know too much, but like pitchers don't last 6-7 innings. They don't get to 70, 80 pitches anymore, even.
Or basketball players, the main basketball stars, rarely they play a full season anymore. It's like, oh, we gotta keep them fresh for the playoffs. And so now instead of playing 80 games, they're playing like 60.
So maybe the answer is bigger than just it's bigger, right?
There's something to your point, Phil. Wasn't it the Indians like 2-3 weeks ago that pulled their pitcher in the 7th inning who was pitching a perfect game?
Yeah,
I would have lost my mind if I was that pitcher. I would have refused. I would have sat on the mound and said, I'm not leaving.
I hate this theory shit. Sorry, whatever. This theory, like it seems all in theory. Well, the computers say, or the professor says, and we've done social tests, and shut up. Let rub some dirt in it and get back out there.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to throw the analytics away. Like that, I can't tell you how many times. So I'm a huge Dodger fan, and Dave Roberts followed the analytics like to a T. So like the lefty righty matchups and all this stuff, he'll have a pitcher in there who's just blowing people away, and oh shoot, now he has the lefty righty matchup. Let's take him out and bring the other guy in the bullpen, and then he gets shelled, and we're just screaming, going, the guy could not get hit. And you just followed the analytics. Sometimes you just have to trust and see what's going on in the game instead of following to a T those analytics.
I don't know. I'm starting to form like a few sentences to explain it, but like in Canada, it's like college versus university. Like university looks down upon college. Well, if the power never came back on and the zombies attacked, I'd much rather be in a college type of neighborhood than a university type of. Let's see how your fountain pens and your theory and applied physics works there. I'm going to go to the actual crazy guy in his garage that's doing applied physics. It's that silliness. So let Jet Greaves play. Like, I don't know. Do you think there's goalies out there that are like, no, I can play? And of course the coach is like, no. Rest is a weapon. You go stretch, go do Pilates. It's good. And
that would be interesting to find out how many goalies are like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to play every game, and how many are just like, no, I want to protect the net every game, and they're like, sorry, you can't.
I know my goalie has his union rep on speed dial, so
sure. Well, that's the difference. We know how Omar feels about playing every game.
Hello, NHLPA. Yeah, it's me again.
I mean, he invented the every other game with Swayman back in Boston.
There you go. go. Exactly.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Dave. Yes.
I know. I don't think he was sad when Swayman came in every other game. He was like, "Hallelujah! I only have to play half the games."
And what does Swayman say? I want to be the main guy. I can play more.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got the
Well, and to your point on like Dave Roberts and the Dodgers, if you're just going to go based on the spreadsheet and the formula, why even have a coach at that point?
I know.
Especially
Just
for
have a
baseball,
computer.
right?
Just go to the
figure it
rate
out.
card
Just-
and say, oh,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
okay.
We'll just say we yell and scream at the TV often. So yeah.
Jet Greaves is a 23-24 Young Guns, PSA 10 pop count of only 15. 20% gem rate. Last sold for $81 last October. So very, very much being slept on. If you
10 or 11 of those are High Glass John for sure.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But that-
it. Today on follow John on Instagram. CBJ High Glass. Yeah, he's great account. Great guy.
I was gonna say go find your Jet Greaves and get them graded, but man, 20% gem rate. You gotta really come over that sucker before you send it in.
Oh, you know,
That's a
we should
risk.
have isn't there always a commenter, one of my favorite guys. He's always like, "Oh, I'm on to Phil." He talks down about cards and then yeah. So I actually own 13 of these to that guy. Yeah. And then so now we're gonna try and build the market up. He always implies
Yes. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
He's on me. Oh no.
Yeah.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, do you think captains still matter in the NHL?
The right captain. Yeah, you shouldn't have a captain.
Oh, good answer, Phil. I like Phil's answer. The right captain.
How many teams do you think, as of right now, do not have a current player wearing the C?
I know the Kings don't.
Ottawa doesn't. Oh,
There's two.
maybe Josh's point is there's more than we think. I don't know, like a quota? Is a quota too much? I feel like 25% is too high, but I'm gonna say 25%.
7-8 teams.
You guys are both low.
Really?
10 teams, as of right now, do not have a captain. Ottawa, Chicago, Columbus, St. Louis, Boston, Vancouver, Anaheim, the New York Islanders, LA, and San Jose.
No.
Who was
Basically
San Jose's
1/3 of the league.
captain?
Nobody.
No, but who was it? Or they just didn't have
I think it was Marlowe.
Mitra, wasn't it?
Oh, Marlowe. Okay. Yeah.
And then he retired, and I don't think they've named one since.
I
Or
don't
maybe
want
it
a
was
captain
Burns.
for my team. So if Dave can speak to his team, I think the right you don't just pick a captain just to make them the captain. Another misconception, you don't pick the best player. I think you pick your leader. You pick the leader, right? Ottawa's made some really bad choices. We picked Daniel Alfredson for many years. We got tricked by him. He wasn't a leader that we thought. Brady, same thing, and I love Brady.
I think you guys
Wasn't
should go with
leader we
Shabbat.
No. Too much.
No, you don't think so?
No,
You think
he's
too
damn-
quiet?
He's a little sloppy for my taste. Like, come on, guys, let's go. Like, yeah, he's a great cheerleader, great assistant captain. Jake Sanderson. You want the tall, stoic. He's my bid. You wouldn't want Stutzel either. A little too goofy. Shabbat makes a few too many defensive mistakes where I think it's like, yeah, you tell me to smarten up again there, Thomas. You worry about your game a little. He's got a few. He's a little bit of Swiss cheese there on the back end. So Sanderson doesn't make mistakes. Sanderson's got that poised look. He doesn't have to say anything. You know when Dad's mad and he just looks at you. That's what Jake Sanderson.
What about Olmark for captain?
What do you think for your Kings, Dave? I'm gonna ignore you. What about your Kings? You think Byfield? He's a big guy.
No, I don't like Byfield. I don't know. Like I probably
Don't say
right
Drew
now,
Doughty. Don't say Drew Doughty.
No, not Drew Doughty.
Oh,
I would lean towards Mikey Anderson. That would be my pick right now.
Roseville, Minnesota. It's Mikey Anderson.
Yeah. So I think he's a great defensive defenseman.
So
I
yes,
think he's
though, or no captain, or if you had to pick, like, okay, not if you had to pick.
I like having a captain. I think the Kings can find someone that will work. I really like that. That would be my pick. Would be Mikey Anderson.
For this year.
For this year,
Yeah, I would wait 1 year. I would wait, and I would bring my boy. No, I wouldn't say anything. I would just continue the year, and I would watch. Yeah, I would watch.
The 10 current vacancies are believed to be the most ever in the history of the NHL.
I believe that. Josh, that's crazy. 10? What?
You have a situation like with the Kings where Kopitar retired, right? And that's why there's a vacancy. But most of the other reasons are the team traded their captain away. I mean, that's been like the biggest reason. Lately, the Bruins and the Sharks have also been captainless for more than a full season. Former Blackhawks captain, current Wild legend Nick Foligno was asked about this, and he thinks it's more about the changing of the guard, where the league is ready for a young crop of emerging stars to step into leadership roles. So think like Bedsy and Celebrini here. Who knows? Maybe the Islanders will wait on Matthew Schaefer at this point. Maybe give it a year or two without a captain and see how he progresses. Here's what Foligno had to say about the current role and evolution of the NHL captain. A lot of times the captain was the best player and or the guy who was the most veteran, right? Who also Foligno captained the Blue Jackets from 2015 to 2021, was also the captain in Chicago. The guy that just everyone respected. Now it's more who has the pulse of the group and who understands the direction that we're going and can be kind of the go-between between the coach and the players. And he has to be a great communicator, and I just think that's where the captains are now. Okay, so here's an interesting thing about Phil, about like you saying maybe you'd prefer to go without a captain for a little bit. How many teams do you think have won a Stanley Cup without a captain?
Ooh, good question.
Oh my God, I would have said
None.
3.
2. The Bruins did it twice in 1970 and 1972.
It's been a while though.
Wayne Cashman wasn't the
You would have thought that maybe Bobby Orr would have been the captain of the Bruins in 1970 or 72.
Yeah.
Here, one thing you didn't say. One thing that's very important to me, that for a captaincy, is to represent the team's culture. That's something I dropped the ball on with Brady. He brought a culture I was kind of blind to. I was like, yeah, good, tough, tough. I'm like, oh, hopefully he matures. He never really did. He wasn't the leader I thought. Blah 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 blah. But representing team culture. So when Michael Landauer bought the Ottawa Senators, he said, we're going to change the culture. We're going to be best in class. We're going to walk with professionalism and some jam, Well, let's make a captain that represents the owner's vibes and cultures, right? If you're a winning team, like Lou Lamoriello, everywhere he went, he brought his culture to the team, and his culture won, right? It was annoying. I'm sure we can make a lot of jokes and can't have beards and blah, 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 but he brought a culture that he felt worked, and for better for worse, it was kind of comfy, cozy. And I want my captain to represent, like Jean Beliveau represented the Montreal Canadiens' historic culture. Perfect. Nick Suzuki, great captain, more on the quieter side a little bit, but he represents that franchise very well. The city embraced him, and that's what Nick Suzuki's an excellent representation of what a captain should be.
It is fun to kind of play the game. I remember me and my brother Dan once, this was like a year ago, we played the game of name the captain on the team. And there were a few that I was like, what? Like I had
the Wild. We have the most random captain ever. I don't know. Do you guys know where our captain is?
No.
It's been for a long time. Like
Eric
6, 7, 8. No, Jared Spurgeon.
Jared Spurgeon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do that, but I'm gonna forget it again.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just it's fun to play. Like if you're sitting at home watching, play the game. Write down who you think is the captain of each NHL team, and then go check your answers. It's interesting.
Okay, for topic 6 and 7 in the weekly 7, we're gonna finish with the NHL's top 10 best contracts and the NHL's top 10 worst contracts.
Ooh.
I think this will be kind of fun. So the Athletic recently released their list of the 10 best NHL contracts. These are the most team-friendly deals, players that are awesome, that could or maybe should be making more. Any predictions, guys, for real quickly for players that you think will be in the top 10 for best contracts?
I know very little. No,
Crosby, no doubt.
I don't know.
That's a good guess.
Side stuff. Curious to find out, though.
Okay, number 10 is Jack Hughes, who makes $8 million a season for the next 4 years. Golden Goal, American hero.
Yeah.
Destroyer of Canada's pride.
Dreams.
Accurate.
So I would say underpaid there. Number 9 is Rasmus Dahlin, $11 million a season for 6 more years. As the cap keeps growing, the deal could be looking better and better. The Athletic thinks that if he was a UFA today, he would be in the Kaprizov salary range. So
wow. You better have my boy in this. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Number 8, Dusty Wolf, $7.5 million a year for the next 7 seasons. At 25 years old, not even close to his goalie prime. The Flames and many around the league believe that he has the it factor there, and it could be a steal in a few years down the road. Number 7, this one makes a lot of sense to me. Seth Jarvis makes $7.4 million for the next 6 years. Now, this is a case where the trend of locking up players very early has definitely paid off for the Hurricanes, and they have another even bigger steal coming up. Jarvis is a Stanley Cup winner. Had 32 goals and 66 points last season in 71 games played, and was even better in the playoffs. I mean,
How is that possible? I did not notice him in the playoffs. I don't understand. Yeah. I love Seth Jarvis. I was so happy Carolina won. All that, but I didn't notice him.
Maybe I was wrong. No, I was thinking of the other guy that we're going to. He was hurt in the playoffs big time. I think he had surgery.
Right okay.
After. Yeah, you're right, Phil.
Okay.
I misspoke. Number 6 is Logan Thompson, already the second goalie on our list. He'll make $5.9 million over the next 5 years. The Athletic called it the best goalie deal in all of hockey, and he's in the thick of his prime at just 29 years old. Then at number 5, you have Mo Seider, $8.6 million over the next 5 years. Pretty much a steal for a franchise defenseman. Fantastic two-way defenseman. Deal should pay out very nicely for the Wings. Number 4 is Jackson Blake. Here's the other Hurricane. This could end up being a huge steal.
Yeah.
So again, this is another let's sign the guy right away before he's barely had a cup of coffee in the league. So he makes $5.1 million a year for the next 8 years.
Oh wow. Wow.
Does that fire your agent time at this point if you're Jackson Blake?
Maybe throw me some commercial deals to pad it or something, because that's really
So he's the playoff guy I was thinking about. But so during the regular year, he had 22 goals and 53 points in 81 games played. But in the playoffs, he was a monster. 20 points in 19 games.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
$5 million a year for 8.
Very noticeable out there, like an angry gerbil.
Yeah.
Now we have 3 left. Number 3 is Brandon Hagel. Makes $6.5 million for the next 6 years. In his last 4 seasons, he scored 30, 26, 35, and 36 goals. I would take that production for $6 million a year.
I think value-wise, like card value-wise, he has got to be top 5 of the most underrated.
Really, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, like his point production, and he is pennies. He's worth nothing.
Oh, nothing. Yeah, he's ignored. And he's 27.
Completely ignored.
I would have thought he was like 34 if I would have had to guess his age.
He's so good. He produced it the last 4 years. He's produced so big, and I just keep waiting for his card values to go up, and they just nobody cares. Nobody cares.
His last name kind of sounds like a downer. You know, like hey Hagel. Hey.
Also, like his rookie cards are with Chicago, and he plays on Tampa Bay.
That's a big one too. Like see,
probably it's a big
the Bume thing. You know.
All right, Phil, you can breathe deep. Jakey Poo comes in at number 2
because
on the Athletics list.
Because I need redemption. I wouldn't care so much if when he was signed, I never got more DMs. Who's this loser? Never heard of him. Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my god, you're all okay. Thank you, Josh. Go ahead.
He'll make $8.1 million a year for the next 6 years, and for a franchise cornerstone defenseman, it is a steal of the century. There, he's got 2 consecutive 50-point seasons. And is a great two-way player, and this deal should make you very happy. And I kind of agree with you, Phil. He seems like maybe a candidate to be going back to the captain combo, eventually the captain of the Senators.
Very, I expect very big things from him. He has a big role to fill, not in the way he plays, but in my heart.
Sidney Crosby's not number 1. Do you guys want to take a guess who number 1 would be?
How is Sidney Crosby not on that list?
Probably his age.
Yeah, no, I think I wasn't expecting my guy to be number 1 because I'm pretty sure I don't want to guess, but I'm pretty sure I'm right because it's a stupid. Think of, am I right, Josh? Is it same position Canadian team across the river? Yeah, okay. Stupid. God, when they saw, I'm like, oh, Montreal's gonna has a lot of good contracts like Demidov and
Lane Hudson.
Dave, I was looking at you.
He takes the top spot. He's 22 years old. He'll make $8.9 million for the next 8 years.
Oh wow!
He's like I said, 22 years old. Could
and
very well
end up signed that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He could end up being a point per game defenseman over his career. He has
Yeah.
146 points already in just 166 career games played, and I would say definitely deserves the top spot.
Good on Montreal, man. I am so excited to watch Montreal the next few years. I am so excited. They're going to be a fun team to watch.
You got a
David,
hat.
if Montreal's playing Ottawa, who are you going for?
Right there. What's that?
If Ottawa's playing Montreal, who are you going for? Or is it going to be like, well, it depends. Am I in Montreal or am I in Ottawa? Am I watching the game with you or am I watching the game with Carter?
Do I have to say?
No, go ahead. I don't care. You
Okay,
pick Montreal.
Montreal.
Yeah,
I
okay,
did
good.
read for Montreal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd make it more fun. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's okay.
Montreal's my second favorite team. I've deemed it.
Well, they're my second favorite team too.
Okay, there you go.
Kinda
So if they're not playing each other, then we can root for Montreal together.
I think a lot of death threats just went out. You can't be a Sens fan and the second team is Montreal. Yes, I can. Watch
Well,
me.
someone said something to me like, "Oh, Montreal defeated the Kings in the Stanley Cup in 1993," and I'm like,
Who cares?
"Okay, I can still be a Montreal fan. That was so long ago." But yeah,
Well, that was the best contracts. We're not going to go as detailed, but we'll talk about a couple of the 10 worst contracts. You want to name any guesses here for any players that you think will be in the top 10
is
worst?
Leo Carlson on there? I mean, that's pretty a lot. Of
He
money
is.
Okay, that would be
Wait,
that would be what?
What do you? But how is that the bad con? Well, we don't know yet.
Because he's getting paid 18 million. He's the highest paid NHLer right now, and he's unproven.
Yeah, but
I mean,
what
it's
if in
not
10 years?
unproven, but it's.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm not going to do whataboutism. Okay, fair. got
I
nothing.
feel like Philadelphia corks them into that too, which I
yeah.
don't know. I think is
Kinda
very
jabbed him.
generous. Yes. Yeah.
So number 10 is Elias Pettersson. He'll be paid $11.6 million over the next 6 years, coming up back-to-back seasons with 45 and 51 points.
Ooh, go
Plus,
Elias.
there could be some locker room issues as a result of him being there too. It's a big part of the reason I think why Quinn Hughes now wears a Wild sweater. So
Yeah,
thank you,
maybe.
Petey, for being terrible in the locker room. Appreciate it. Number 9 is another kind of Leo Carlson type situation, Alex Tuck. But this one makes more sense to me being on the worst contracts. Signed an 8-year deal, $10.5 million average annual value. Primary issue is he's 30 years old.
Yeah. So
And
that's still he's 40. That's crazy.
Yeah, 38. And so the back half of this deal
30.
could get a little hairy. And I think it's the size and term that we're a little one of these guys, and God bless him, picked a great year to have an awesome season in a contract year. And sometimes
Although he's been good the last few years. Let's not
Yeah.
just not say last year. I mean,
no, it wasn't. But it was a good year for him to
Yeah.
play very well.
Yeah.
We're going to breeze through the next few. Number 8 is the Avs Brent Kulak, $4.5 million a year for the next 5 years. 7 Oilers Jake Wallman, $7 million a year for the next 7 years. Another Oiler at number 6, Trent Frederick, $3.9 million for 7 years.
That's what. Why is that bad? I know he had a bad year, but
Yeah,
that bad? I thought
I think it's the term for 7 years. If he plays like he has the last couple
okay.
years,
I liked him. And okay,
won't
Is
age well.
Cody Cece and the Kings on there?
No.
told you. I
should
told
be.
you.
Should be number 1.
I've never. Oh wait, my thing.
We're like, we have this new up and coming prospect that's pretty good. Let's give him to Ottawa and we'll sign Cody Cece for more. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was a
incredible. You're like, I don't know
fantastic-
much about Cody Cece. I'm like, you will.
Yeah.
It won't take long.
Number 5 is Jacob Trouba, who makes $8.3 million a year for the next 4 years with the Sharks. Now, San Jose wanted a veteran defenseman with an edge, but he's basically, and I think the point the Athletic made on him was he's being paid top 2 pairing money, and his skill is no longer anywhere close
Right.
to that at this
Telling
point.
about war stories on the bus to the young kids. Yeah.
Number 4 is Leo Carlson. So $18 million for the next 5 years, highest paid player in the NHL. And the issue, of course, is and this deal could age well, right?
Sure.
But he's
Sure, it could be
nowhere
a
near
great
the
deal.
best player in the NHL right now. Got a lot of potential. And again, not only could he prove he's worth it, but the cap keeps going up too. So the monetary impact could go down. 18 million a year won't be maybe as much 6 years or 4 years from now as it is today. Number 3 is Aiden Hill, $6.3 average annual value for the next 5 years with the Golden Knights. You've signed a deal after a really great 24-25 season, and then has been hurt and hasn't played very well. Last year is 27, 27, and 10 with a 3.04 goals against and a .905 save percentage.
Yeah,
only goalie on the Athletics' worst contracts. Number 2, Chandler Stevenson, 6.3 AAV for the next 5 years in Seattle. He is a 15 goal and 15 point player, but I guess the advanced analytics are pretty awful about like maybe he costs his team more than he helps.
You said 15 goal and 15 point.
50 points.
50 points. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I misheard.
5-0.
And he's already 32. So again, there could be a drop that comes as he ages. The number 1 should be pretty obvious. Do you guys have any idea who that is? He's pretty much the GOAT of all-time worst contracts.
I feel like I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, you're both going to be like, oh yeah.
Darnell Nurse?
Canada team.
Darnell Nurse? Oh, no, he got traded.
Okay, Dave, do you want to keep saying Darnell Nurse?
Dave, yes.
Darnell Nurse? Is it Darnell Nurse?
Give a hint.
Boy, how do I not give it away?
He did. He gave a hint with Canadian team.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it's
Jonathan Huberdeau.
Huberdeau.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty obvious.
That is pretty bad. That
Like
was,
I said,
wow.
he might end up being as the GOAT of bad contract someday. He will still make $10.5 million a year for the next 5 years. Number 1 on the Athletics list of worst contracts in the NHL for now the 3rd year in a row. He's 33, and his production keeps sliding. Last season, he piled up an amazing stat line of 10 goals and 25 points.
Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing.
When did they trade? When was the trade for him and Kachuk? Was it 3 or 4 years ago?
At least 4 years ago.
Right?
I feel like it was
And he had like 115
Like
points or something like that.
Yeah. I feel like it's been like 5 or 6 years, but maybe I'm off.
When
I'll
that
look it up
trade
really quick.
happened, I remember people weren't even people then being like, "What's Calgary doing?"
Oh yeah, people
Yeah.
thought like it was going to be bad the other way, you know? Like I feel like they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're getting Huberdeau. He's amazing."
No, I don't know. Maybe my memories.
His last year in Florida was 21-22, where in 80 games he had 30 goals and 115 points and was a plus 35.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wow.
Since then,
Like weather? Like he's just
is it
so
the water?
cold going to the rink. He just can't perform. He needs to go back to sunny weather or something.
I remember he did not want to get traded. Like he was devastated,
Well,
and
maybe
it seemed to
that's
like
a big
psychologically
part.
wreck him.
Well,
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're
Maybe
right.
he's just not happy playing there, and he's just going to work, and it's a job now. That's not fun.
Pretty much. Slab Sharks is a Gongshow partner sponsor. Thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks Thursday night sports auction is live, ends up this upcoming Thursday night. Of course, this week's auction is more than 7,000 cards available to bid on. You can head to slabsharks.com, mark your favorites, get your early bids in. Tons of bangers in this week's auction. More and more hockey collectors are choosing Slab Sharks to help sell their cards on eBay. We love for you to give them a try. It's simple to submit your cards. You just box them up, print out a form, sign it, throw it in the box, and mail it in, and you're done. You don't even have to count the cards, really. Slab Sharks takes care of absolutely everything from there. And then if you're an American collector, we partner with Slab Sharks, are the official U.S. submission center, meaning there's no hassle for shipping internationally. You just ship them to us. We get your cards into the biggest and best weekly hockey auction for you. If we get them by Tuesday, you'll have them by that Thursday. Plus, now Slab Sharks pays out in U.S. dollars, which is a big bonus there too. Link in the show description to create your account and start working on your submission. And for complete consignment info, including payout rates, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news!
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Okay, boys.
Off like a flash. He gone.
He quit the show. Oh, no, there he is. No, he
I
quit.
forgot his glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
There you go,
Almost
Phil.
4 years, guys. I've never not come back in time. Never.
It's just funny. It's just funny. So Fanatics Fest sent a big attendance record. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think it's worth mentioning. According to media reports, more than 200,000 collectors and sports enthusiasts attended Fanatics Fest earlier this month, which is a significant increase from the 125,000 attendees that the event drew in 2025, and nearly triple the 70,000 that attended in 2024. Here's a question for you guys. How much do you think Fanatics spent on this year's Fanatics Fest?
Ooh.
It's going to shock you.
$10
Oh,
million.
you know the answer.
I do know the answer.
Oh,
10
okay.
million.
What do you think, Dave?
I'm going to say higher. I'm going to say 25 mil.
Estimated costs were between 80 and 90 million dollars to throw the event.
For like signs and stuff?
I think about
Well, renting the Javits Center in New York City is
Oh, okay.
pricey.
Maybe half of that.
it's
Well,
massive.
look at all the famous people that came in through the doors. I mean, it's
Do they get paid? Is that
Oh,
what do some famous people
yeah, they
okay.
definitely get paid. They're not showing up for free.
No,
Yeah.
all of them. So it makes you like wonder like where's the ROI? Because if you do the math and you look at like if you say, well, how much do they make off of the attendees, like the collectors like you and me that would go to the event? And even with 200,000 people going and paying an average of $70 to $80 a ticket, the ROI is definitely not through ticket sales, which would net out around 15 million. And when asked, Michael Rubin said the event is much more of an investment designed on Fanatics' part to engage fans and move them through the Fanatics ecosystem. So it's really the long game for the company. Like they're putting huge money
It's a tax write-off.
and a tax write-off. Yeah.
Aren't they, well, this is how they 10x the hobby, right? By investing.
Right.
Well, they're putting their money where their mouth is. So
Yeah.
love them or hate them, it's a good thing, I think.
You know, for like, if you wanted to, I know it's more like a, more like a convention or Comic-Con type thing. But if you want to distill it down to like a card show, $90 million to throw a card show is a huge amount of money. And it's just crazy to me. I got to stop being surprised, I guess, at the scale our hobby is reaching. And, you know, I think most of us still think of it as a little niche little thing. And it's obviously not anymore when you're spending $90 million and you have 200,000 people at a card show for the weekend. So pretty crazy.
I'd like to go to Fanatics Fest.
I would too.
See what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Go
the
for the
list.
experience, you know?
Let's go next year. Let's do it.
Sure. New York City is awesome. I used to work there, so I know tons of places we could go. From that show to the next one, the National, I thought, I don't want to say sad news or depressing news, but kind of. We know hockey is not the key focus at the National, of course. There will be, though, I guess, a few hockey players that will be signing. And if you've ever gone and looked at like the athlete list who signs at the National, it's massive. It dwarfs the total amount. And it's a who's who of legendary players from every sport. That being said, there's 6 hockey players that are signing at this year's National. I would
And
say
one of them is Darren Radish.
most aren't even at that level. Now,
Okay.
there's one huge name,
Okay.
2 good names,
Okay.
and 3 you have to be like a diehard local Blackhawks fan to a number of owls going hoo hoo for the rest of them. So the big name would be Jaromir Jagr.
Oh, well,
He seems to sign at everything, though. Not that I mind. I mean, he's amazing. But $180 US for a card or regular item. $63 if you want to add an inscription. The 2 more known names would be Megan Keller from obviously Team USA Hockey. $80 for any item, $28 to add an inscription. And then Billy Smith, who not a lot of relevance to the younger, more ultra-modern collector, but one of the legendary goalie, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, was just a mean sucker out on the ice. And $70 for a regular item, and then $32 to add an inscription. And then I think the 3 local guys are Jerry Korab, Grant Mulvey, and Reed Simpson.
Never heard of him. Them.
But I mean, go look at like the football. It's like Joe Montana, Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice.
Right.
It's literally
Right.
anyone who ever played in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
LeBron
we got-
James going to be there?
I don't know.
Who?
I think LeBron is at Fanatics Fest.
LeBron.
Oh, he's going to
Philadelphia
the
legend.
he's going to 76ers, right?
Yeah.
That's good. Is that a good thing?
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Allen Iverson.
I love Allen Iverson.
Yeah, me too. He doesn't need to practice.
Playoffs. Practice.
I'm not going to practice.
We're talking about practice.
But he kind of had a point, right? Like
Yeah, it's great.
Well, boys, we've been screwing around long enough. We got to get to the main event. In today's show, we were contacted a number of days ago by a guy named James, who's a hockey card collector, who said he had hit a big card. Now, he reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, if I think I hit a big card and I'd like to keep it private. Would you be willing to not share this if I tell you the card I hit? And I'm like, sure. Right. And I'm thinking, a big card is a relative term, right? We could be a Shane Pinto patch auto and Phil, that's a big card.
how big's
Phil.
a bowl of soup?
Yeah, there you go. And so I said, yeah, happy to keep it private. He sends over a picture of the card, and my my socks fell off. I was like, holy crap. Of course, it was the 2024-25 Macklin Celebrini Young Guns Outburst Gold 101. And he agreed to come on the show and talk about his experience because we had a million questions for him about, what's it like to hit a card like that. And probably many of you have seen on our Instagram. He also shared with us the video. So when he was opening the packs, I think he said it was second to last pack, he saw an Outburst Gold and he was smart enough to pick up his phone. Or not smart enough, but lucky for us, he picked up his phone and recorded it, and we've shared that. But the other day we had the chance to talk with James and learn about his experience in truly pulling the card of a lifetime. So here's our conversation with James. This conversation has definitely come out of the blue, but I'm very happy to have it. Want to welcome James to the podcast. Hi, James. How are you?
How's it going?
Hi, James.
Thanks for
I
having
assume
me.
you're well. I can't imagine you not being well at this point. Okay, so I just want to dig right into it. Obviously, people know by the title and that you pulled the Macklin Celebrini Young Guns Outburst Gold 101. And when, where, why, how?
Yeah, so it started, I think, after the Olympics, he was tearing it up, and then just his season with the Sharks. I'm a pretty casual collector, and for whatever reason, around April, I decided I was chasing a Young Guns, really just base of his, right? Because I wanted the card.
Yeah.
And so I bought a box, hobby box from my local card store, Chicagoland Sports Cards. In April, I think I hit a Callum Ritchie red Outburst, which I thought was the greatest thing ever.
Oh, God.
And then 2 months pass, I go back to the store, and I was actually there buying like supplies because I had too many, I'm buying stuff from Target. I had to get organized. Wife was going to kill me. So wasn't even there for another Series 2 box, ended up getting one, and voila, pulled the Young Guns Gold Outburst.
You pull it in the shop, like you're there opening it, or you brought it home and opened it?
No, so I always bring them home.
Okay.
I actually, afternoon went to the store, ended up buying some basketball cards as well because I was going to a buddy's house. We all have little kids now just to hang out, and everybody, they're the ones who got me back into the hobby of sports cards in general. So I didn't open it until midnight that night just by myself. It's kind of my relaxation after a long day, daughter and wife sleeping. And yeah, just midnight by myself in my living room.
Did you scream? I would have screamed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I woke him up. I do have a video, by the way. I haven't shared that with you. So I never filmed myself, right? I'm ripping for myself, really. But it was the second to last pack in the box. And I always do the sneak peek, right? Like everybody does. Yeah. And I saw a gold 1 of 1. So I got my little napkin holder that I film with and ended up filming just that pack. So did not see it was Celebrini. Knew it was gold before I videoed though.
We're going to get that video from you. I'm going to pry it out of your hands there. Now I just want to get a little bit more into the details. So it was a hobby box, correct? Not a blaster box?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That kind of makes sense. And for California Dave's blood pressure, thank God it was in a hobby box, not an e-pack. I think he would be literally launched into outer space at this point.
Well, that's the first thing I asked you, Josh. Is, well, where did it get pulled?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it would have lost. It would have lost a little bit of the magic, I think, there. And then, just hearing your story to this point, what really sticks out to me is sort of the whole butterfly effect nature of life. Like, it sounds like that there was a decision point where you're like, should I buy one? Should I not? Can you imagine if you would have said, yeah, I'm tired, and you just walked away from that at that moment? Like, how different your life would be today?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. I wrote it all down here that night. I was probably up till 5 a.m. Right, wife's wondering why I'm dead tired the next day, but because it is a crazy story. He had a Celebrini base Young Guns in the case, because that's why I originally went over there. I was like, I'll just buy the card, right? And it was $400 raw. And I think the box, I don't want to skew them too bad. It was in the middle of Stanley Cup season, but the box was like $440, I think, is what.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what they got to.
Yeah, so I was debating at the time, because the individual, his name's Matt, whose card is in the case, I was debating whether buying the card or the box. And I said at the time to him, I was like, well, this is probably a stupid decision since the card I want is right here for $40 cheaper. And his direct quote was, yeah, but you can pull some good parallels out of the hobby box. So I ended up going with it. And the ultimate parallel.
What was it like explaining to your wife what just happened?
I texted her and said, hey, wake me up when you wake up tomorrow. I literally said, I think I pulled a golden type card, because her and I watched that King of Collectibles show or whatever. That's the only thing she understands, within the hobby.
What do you mean, wake me up? I'd have never gone to sleep.
Yeah, I don't think I'd still have slept probably at this point. But
I almost need to get it out of my life in a way, because it has consumed everything, right? I'm online talking to you guys, doing a bunch of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. Got to get my normal daily responsibilities done.
Yeah, and I would be nervous just, holding the card and the pressure of having that card on my persons, and just being nervous about, I want to move it before anything happens to it. So,
well, and that's where, you guys kind of live in this world more than I do, right? I'm, like I said, very casual collector. I didn't tell anybody, right? I didn't know, and I can stop if we're going to get into it later, but I didn't know what to do, right? That's such a, values, who knows? But like, I didn't want to tell anybody and get robbed, or, your mind starts racing everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I think I would have done I think there's two types of people, right? There's the type of person that would have immediately gone to Instagram and done an Instagram live or whatever and showed off the card, and then there's the people that, or the mode that I think you did, where I would be similar. It's like the same advice they say if you win the lottery, and you kind of did, James. That you shouldn't. The first thing you should do if you win Powerball is smash your phone into 1,000 pieces and move to Alaska.
Yep.
Right, it's where nobody can find you. Right, so I think I would have done the same thing.
It's funny you say that, because I'm the guy who always reads those, like, lottery. Once the big lottery come out and you read people's experiences with it, I'm that guy who clicks on that every time, and that's kind of how I treated this. Right, wanted to remain anonymous for a while, and then after a while, I got rid of the card and wanted to enjoy the stuff like this, right? Getting able to talk to you guys and doing the fun stuff that comes with pulling a card like this, which is why we're all in the hobby in the first place.
Of course.
You wanted to be anonymous, but you said there will be signs, like what I'm wearing right now. There will be signs.
Yeah, I've been wearing this Sharks hat everywhere, so the family knows, because I'm diehard Red Wings. Like, everybody knows now. It's like, why is he wearing a Sharks hat? That's unusual.
You'll know. You'll find out.
Yeah. I'm glad you have the video of you hitting the card and opening it. I would have loved to have somebody else videotaping you, as I imagine you running around the house and screaming like a 5-year-old for about a half hour. I would attempt my first cartwheel, I think, at that point, if I was you.
Okay, I do have
no,
a question. So you said you opened it in the evening. Do you remember about what time it was?
It was. I have the timestamp of the video, so it was right around midnight, 12:06. I'm a night
Okay.
owl, right? Daughter goes to bed, and then I get to do my own thing for a couple hours every night.
So after you hit that card at midnight, how long did it take before you actually fell asleep?
I think it was like 5 a.m. Finally, I was like,
okay.
yeah.
You could have climbed a mountain, James.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure a half
that was
hour
the
after
I'm
hitting
running a
that card.
marathon.
Oh yeah. I mean, I literally I didn't know what to do. Right, you're just on my phone the whole time. It's like, okay. Finally, around 5, I was like, got to cut it off. I got to be a productive human tomorrow. So let's get to bed.
So how many total 2024 Series 2 hobby boxes did you open?
This is where people are
I
going
don't
to be
even
mad
wanna
at me
hear
because
this.
I know, because I know a lot of people have opened a lot more than me, but it was the second one. I'm sorry, guys.
That's awesome.
Well,
That's awesome.
actually, I know I'm not. What I was curious before our conversation today, I was thinking a little bit this morning, and I'm like, what if this guy was in his hobby shop and bought like one loose pack?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that'd be
That would have
insane.
been crazy.
So
No,
I,
Two.
I'll give you a.
Go ahead, James.
I'll give you so you can visualize my card collection. It's like the 2 cardboard box. I buy it from them, right, with all the base and everything that are
Yeah.
pretty much filled, and that's it. I mean, my card collection is not. I probably got back into it like summer of last year, really. So, and then I
Okay.
collected as a kid growing up.
And you collect other sports besides hockey, then it sounds like.
Yeah, hockey's my favorite, right? I grew up playing hockey. That's my sport. But yeah, football, baseball, or not baseball, football, basketball, and hockey are the cards.
Mhm.
And then Disney for the daughter. She likes. We go to the card shop that get the
Yeah.
Disney cards. So
And we'll get into this a little bit, but I'm sure a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen to the card. The card will be auctioned off at Golden Auctions in the July Elite auction, and I think it starts today. So if you have fairly deep pockets, I would say, or incredibly deep, or endlessly deep pockets, you might want to go bid on James' card. Oh yeah, geez, here we go.
Because there
She is, right there.
was a bounty for the card, correct? Like there was a $250,000 Canadian bounty, if I remember correctly.
I think so. I think so, but
yeah. I can talk to. Oh, okay.
Oh, go for it. Go ahead, James.
No, yeah. I mean, that's one of the things I found, right? I think I saw that. And then that's what led me to you guys, actually, really is talking about that bounty and the gold outburst era and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I think I don't know that I knew how big it was until I started seeing stuff online. Like, whoa, this is, I knew it was big, but not as big as it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you my opinion on that right now, and Louis and Dave can agree or disagree. So it's absolutely one of the 3 biggest Macklin Celebrini cards, and he's maybe the biggest rookie since Connor McDavid. And given where the hobby's at, value-wise, I'm not saying he's a better player than McDavid, but a bigger hobby rookie than the biggest we've ever had, right, to this point. So you've got a perfect situation of a lot of things coming together that are definitely in your favor. I think you can make the argument this is his biggest card, even bigger than his shields, because there's 2. And you're always, when it comes to the shields, there's always going to be, well, which one, the Cup Shield or the Ultimate Shield? Where this is the only one. This is the only Young Guns 101. And to me, that separates it a little bit. Now, again, I think people will argue differently that, but I don't know, Lou or Dave, do you agree or disagree with that?
Well, I agree because I think this separates the card specifically from, a lot of people still will go back and forth. Well, what's the true rookie card? A lot of people say Young Guns, others will say otherwise. But if we stay on the notion that the Young Gun, is kind of the true rookie, I mean, it's a card we follow constantly whenever we do examples of where cards are in the market for specific guys on the show. So we use this one all the time, but this one just sets that I don't know, that banger standard. Like, I would agree that this has to be his biggest card.
Okay,
I
Dave, before you
we had this discussion maybe about a year or two ago where we were ranking the top 101 rookie cards.
Yeah.
And this was kind of a brand new card at the time that we were ranking it. And I believe we ranked it like third or fourth. And I believe we all pretty much agreed with that. But if you look at the sales of what's happening with these cards, it really feels like it's surpassing the Shields, which in my mind is just crazy. But I also get it. It has that Young Guns label. It's about as amazing of a card as Upper Deck has ever produced. I don't think they've made a card that looks as good as this ever. And it just has a lot of things going for it that I can see why it's fetching those prices over the Shields.
I want to make one more point too, as the dust has settled, and you're right. The Gold Outburst came out in 2023-24 with Bedard. So we're in really the third year of the card parallel. And another thing that I think really separates this card from Shields is accessibility. Any of us four have it, and James obviously did, right? We generally have the ability to go into a hobby shop and buy a box of Series 2. Might not like it at $400, but we could do it. I don't have $2,000 that I feel like I can spend on a box of the Cup, or an Ultimate is not as expensive, but it's a, maybe the Ultimate would be a better example on accessibility, but it just feels like that this is a lottery ticket that is more accessible to everyone than, especially a Shield that comes from the Cup.
Yeah, I agree. Very much agree.
Okay, so James, you hit the card, you get through that first night, and then talk about the process of what like, what do I do with this? Do I keep it? Do I sell it? How do I sell it if that's the choice? And what was that like?
Yeah, so I've actually never sold a card in my life. Everything I get, I keep, right?
It's never going to get better than this, dude. So please understand that.
But that's where I'm at, right? Is like my passion is just kind of going back to my childhood state, ripping packs, keeping them, putting them away. I don't do much with them, right? I'm not a flipper or anything like that. I think the one thing that, so I wanted to keep this, right? I wanted to keep this and not, maybe tell people like you, but just keep it. But I think once I started to realize the value that it could potentially bring in, it is life-changing, right?
Of course, of course.
At that point, I had a lot of, friends who I collect with, my wife. You gotta sell it. I mean, that's kind of where it came to. I think if it was just me in my own head, I'm probably keeping it for the rest of my life, because I believe in Celebrini too. That's why I was collecting in the first place, right? So. Understand the market's high right now, but I love the guy. So, I think that was kind of the value. It was a little bit outside of my wheelhouse, I guess, of what I collect. So, decided to kind of head down the sales route.
You've said it a couple times, and I think this couldn't have honestly landed in a better person's lap, because you didn't exactly know. You knew it was good, but you didn't know what you had.
No, I did not know. I knew looked at the checklist before. I knew gold was one of one, and there was a big card, but not. And I knew Celebrini was kind of going crazy. That's why I, was willing to pay the money for the boxes that I did, even in the first place. But no, to your point, had no idea the value of that this card could potentially bring in.
How did you know? Like, what was your process when you said, "Okay, I'm gonna move this card"? Kind of, what was your process of picking Golden and moving? Did you have conversations with different places? Did you just have a conversation with Golden, or you just decided on your own? You did some research, or how did you come about that?
Yeah, I tried doing research, right? But a lot of the, I was telling you guys, I kind of wish I went to somebody like you in the first place, right? To kind of guide me through the process, or even, my card shop. But I went in there yesterday, and even they were like, frankly, that's a bit above our pay grade too, right? So it's tough because these come around so rare. But tried to do my research, right? I think I know this is going to sound terrible, but I watched the Netflix show with my wife, and that was kind of all right, go to big card, go to them. I think I was seeing online.
Why do you think
but
they
I
do
know
it?
there's
Yeah.
Pardon?
That's why they do it. I've spent a lifetime in marketing, and it leaves an impact on people, and it's a very well produced show. It gives you credibility. It was like, well, Netflix has put them on, and it's a well known name, and so I think that there's not only I think in your situation, I would assume it's not just making the best choice, but it's more so the fear of making the wrong choice.
That's you nailed it, right? It's like, because at the end of the day, I hope I get more than $440, right? Which is what I paid for the box. Or I have a spreadsheet of like my card purchases, and I need to get over a certain number to like exceed that. And I'm like, oh, I'm good for I'm in the black for my lifetime
James?
Collecting.
I've never
been in the black.
if it goes for $450, I will own the card because I will have bought it for $450. I think we'll give you our opinions, but I want yours first. What do you think it's worth?
I've gone so every which way on this, right? Because all I have to go off is the bounty, right? Which is $250 Canadian. I think it's like 180 something USD. So I think, if I'm being honest, I want to get that, because that's the only thing I think I would regret, is not going straight to Slab Sharks, right? If it comes in less than that, I'd like to think there's a place where you get two people who really want it. I think it's a great card, and it goes crazy. Mm-hmm. But you guys know better than me. I think 200, 300, 400. I don't know. I think no matter what it sells for, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is an awesome attitude, and I think that and honestly, you've maintained a little bit of perspective, which I think is easily lost in these situations. If I had pulled that card and knowing who we know and knowing some people that could buy it, I would have started at $1 million.
Yeah, well, that's
$1
crazy.
million, but I would have started there. I think, and Dave and Louie chime in, I would say on the lowest end 400,000, but maybe 600,000-700,000 on the high end.
We talked, I believe it was the beginning of the year, if there was a card that could hit the market that could sell for $1 million, a modern card. And I believe the consensus was, no, I don't think we're there yet. But as far as a card that has the greatest chance of getting close to that would be this card. I don't think there's another card that has that chance. To me, I want to see it go kind of for as high as it could go, because I just think that
why not
so much attention, and so I want to see it. I don't know what it's going to go for. I think it'll go for over 250 American. I think it will probably maybe settle around more of the $500,000 range. So we'll see. But yeah.
Just hearing those. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
But also, if it, you don't know with auctions, you never know. And it could sell for 150. But at the end of the day, you're looking at it going, I don't think that's what'll happen, but it's a possibility. But
I'd rob you, Dave, to pay $150,000.
I know. I think there's a lot of people who would, yeah. So, I mean, I don't foresee that, but I'm just saying with auctions, you never know. But I also believe that with how big of a card this is, every single buyer, and you're probably also going to bring in buyers from other markets, like non-hockey card guys.
Oh yeah.
That have big wallets, who know how important and how big this card is. And I think just the combination of all of those things happening, I really do feel like if I was like, I'm gonna stake my claim. I really think it's going to be very close to $500,000.
Yeah, I can't put a number. Honestly, I can't put a number on it. And I don't want to look like an idiot any more than I already am because I'm not good at doing numbers for cards. But I will say this: enjoy your kids' schooling being paid off. Enjoy paying your house off. That'll be the best check you ever write, or however we pay houses off. I don't know. And yeah, I'm jealous.
I'm assuming that with this money, you will be able to go and buy yourself for the first time a base Macklin Celebrini Young Guns card.
That's what you really wanted, James.
You can go give him $400 and get that card now, because I'm assuming you didn't pull it in the 2 boxes that you opened.
Not yet, no.
Or go buy a case and pull it yourself. You're almost guaranteed with a case.
That's so fun. I keep saying this won't change anything, right, of my life or anything like that. But I probably have upgraded my taste now to trying to get like a silver Outburst or even a red Outburst. Maybe I got to replace it, right? I feel that's the one part of this selling it is like I need a Celebrini now. I don't have any, so.
I would do the same thing. It's at the every guy level. This is just my opinion. People can disagree. I think I would look at it. I'll just give you my perspective. It would be financially irresponsible to keep the card, like knowing the impact that it could have on my family. So I have a piece of advice for you, James, and I want to give a piece of general advice just because of our experience and who we've met. For everyone else, of who we've met and what we know through the experience of our show. My best advice to you is, we always preach here, take the win. Mm-hmm. Who knows what will happen? Who knows what will happen to Macklin Celebrini? When you see sales 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, and if it sells for $4 million, you bought a $440 box and you ended up with a lottery ticket, and that's the nature of where the high. Now, he could also... I don't think any of us think it, but he could also end up, have a mental crisis and stink, and it could sell for $30,000 after, So, I mean, that's the push and pull of that we have in the hobby. And so that would be, take it or leave it. But the best advice I have for you. And I don't want to get into, again, that's private information between you and Golden. But I do want, in case, because it will happen out there, and in case someone's listening down the road where you hit a card like this, here's my best advice. A lot of what you did. Don't tell anyone at first, and then reach out to any source that us do that. Reach out to people and seek advice and opinion. Here's what I do know, and especially when it comes to auction companies, and I would have never known this when I was not a hockey card podcaster professionally, but for everyone out there, when we normally sell our little itty bitty cards, you just kind of follow their process. You mail them in, and then they have a payout rate, and you get what you get. When it's a major card, because all these places compete with each other, they will compete to get it, and your deal is not on the menu. You get to order, you get to customize that a little bit, and certain things get very negotiable, like. Auction houses make money like on the hammer price. There's a buyer's premium. You can negotiate for part of that. In some cases, if you want money guaranteed or upfront, you can negotiate that into part of the deal. You can negotiate with them. Well, how do you plan to market this card to make sure that everyone in the world knows about it and all the bidders come in? And you have a massive amount of leverage with a card like this, and you have the ability to use that. And so if anyone out there going forward, I would go to all the major people. I would kind of be like, give me your best offer and start the negotiation process from there. And then find somebody that's networked also to the large pool of private buyers that are very, very wealthy and would have the means to buy it outright. And then it just comes down to your individual personality type. Some people are going to want to be less risk averse and say, I don't want to live through the anxiety of an auction. I would just feel more comfortable selling it today. And if I get an amount I'm happy with, I'm cool with that. but auctions that's your opportunity to maximize value, right? That's when you really find out. And for us, it's a blessing in a way that, because we've talked about this card for so long, that because you decided to auction it, we're all going to get to see what it's worth. And that's been a topic that's been much discussed in the hobby.
Yep. Market will decide.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I didn't answer your earlier question. So I should have gone to more. I went to Golden first, was going to go to the others. I ended up getting a deal that I felt comfortable with him to proceed. And I think part of that was threatening to go to the others a little bit.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Here's the thing with this card, James. This is the card. Yeah. There's nobody that would want it that's not going to know that it's at Golden in the July Elite auction. So I wouldn't worry about visibility in any stretch. The people that are the buyers, they will know.
Yeah. Agreed.
Now tell me about. So, are you nervous about the auction? Are you nervous about that process? Like, because what does that run for? 2 weeks? Their elite auction, or is it 1 week? How does that work? I don't remember.
I think 3 weeks. August 15th is when it's. I believe is when it's done. So starts today when this airs, and then goes through 8/15. So yeah, I think
what are you going to do for the next 3 weeks besides freak out?
Refreshing my phone every 5 minutes, probably. Yeah, it's going to be a unproductive 3 weeks, I'm sure. But
I would like to think that I wouldn't do that, but I would probably. I would go to Louis because he knows how to like program your phone to automatically refresh every 5 seconds, and I would just stare at it for 3 weeks.
Do they have extended bidding on it too? So in the closing, I don't know, hour, half hour, every time there's a bid, it increases the amount of time. Do you know if that's part of it?
Correct. I'm looking at other auctions, but it's like 30 minutes, right? If it's past the deadline and you get a new bid, it's 30 minutes as added every time.
So that's the part where you're going to be refreshing because it's going to it's going to go through the middle of the night and into the next morning.
Are you going to throw a party that night, or are you going to want to be alone?
So I really want to. We talked about it. I think it's kind of we're not flashy, right? I think it's weird to see. All my friends would love to be a part of it and come over, but like for me, it's like, oh, come over and see how much money I'm about to make. I don't know. So I think we're talking about just doing it with our immediate family.
I mean, I do think no matter what you do for your party, the main necessity is you need a nice big shark piñata that you can just go to town on.
That's awesome.
Okay, I do have one golden detail question that I'm going to ask, and you can decline to answer, but I don't think it's not really about the deal. How did you get it there? You didn't mail it, did you?
You guys are going to roll over. I did mail it. I was, I know.
Oh,
it worked out. It worked out. Okay,
man, buddy.
We got it.
I would have been on an airplane like with handcuffed to my wrist.
Well, and that's I think part of like why I went to I see the show and I'm like, oh, we're gonna fly out. I'm gonna meet them in person, and it's not really like that. And this is on my. I think they would have if I asked them to. I think it was.
Yeah,
more
you should have asked them to.
Yeah, I think it was more just like, hey, we do this every day, But I do have my buddies have horror stories of damaged in the mail from whatnot or whatever, and it's we got past the nerve-wracking part. Let's go with that.
Oh, I would have been. God, talk about nervous for the auction. I would have been freaking out until they.
The card already got there, and it's good to go. And I still have goosebumps when you said that. I'm like,
I'm surprised that with their show like that just seems like a missed opportunity for them to bring you out and meet you and do a show based off of the biggest hockey card auction in our, the last 10 years or more. So interesting, very interesting.
Yeah. And part of that too was me wanting to be anonymous. Even, when I get reached out to Josh, it's like, I still kind of do want to be anonymous, but so I think that's where maybe I told him that very clearly and then took it, a different direction.
So it's in the PSA authentication slab. Is that something you did prior, or is that something Golden did once they received it?
Yeah, they manage that. I've actually never sent anything in the PSA before.
Okay.
So went to them, and then they submitted it to PSA.
Yeah, and so the reason, and again, maybe you know this, James, maybe you don't, but for the benefit of everyone else, Golden would do that because, number one, it's not about in the move. The correct move was just to authenticate it. It's purely for that, so that anyone that's going to shell out a large amount of money for a card like this, number one, has a third-party opinion that the card is authentic and that this is not a reproduction or a faked version of the card. And then you also get the PSA guarantee. And as a buyer, I would definitely want that, where they have to, so for instance, if somebody were to buy a card like this and it was deemed to not be an authentic copy of that card or the authentic copy of that card, PSA would be liable to me as the buyer to pay out the value of that card. And so that's why, that it would be almost that Golden would want to do that because it'll help the card likely get higher bids. And then from your perspective, I can't imagine what the upcharge would have been.
I was just about to ask, what did it cost Golden to get this sucker authenticated?
A lot.
I actually don't even have an answer for you guys right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to
it was definitely in the, I would guess, tens of thousands. Yeah. That would
So
be my guess.
they know what they're doing, right? In that case. And like I said, I think the biggest thing is it gives buyers confidence that this is the unique, legitimate, official copy of the Macklin Celebrini Young Guns 101. So, wow.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So exciting. I'm nervous. Was it August 15th yet?
I know it's going to be a long month for sure.
Yeah.
And, with these auctions, you guys know, maybe listeners don't, right? There's a little bit of flurry up front, right? People are excited, start bidding on it. And what I've seen, right, of looking at other auctions. And then you have a lull, right, where you're in the dead of probably early August,
like
and there's
3
probably
weeks
not going to be
and-
much.
the last 10 minutes. But I don't know. I think bids will be strong out of the gate because there is, so I'm not a expert in how auctions operate, but what I kind of pieced together is that the reason to go strong out of the gate would be to scare other people away from bidding. Right. And so I think that's why you see a lot of action right away and then almost nothing till the very end. And you're right. I mean, the what could happen is the card could double, triple in value in the last 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll never know. And you got to, just let it ride and see what happens. And like with eBay auctions, we see that all the time. We do like a Slab Shark show and where we follow a lot of the key cards closing. And there was a Macklin Celebrini that was from one of our U.S. consigners. It was a SP Authentic, like the base, SP Gamies, base, like authentic rookies, and it was the jersey numbers 71 out of 71. I think on Thursday in the morning, the card was at like 275 Canadian, and in the last minute went up to 3,300 Canadian.
Jeez.
Right. I mean, so literally it's we tell people all the time, all the action happens right at the end. And
for a lot of cards,
from an expectation standpoint, that I think that would be a good thing to remember. So you realize, right, that are you going to keep opening or wax, or because it'll never be this good again, brother.
Yeah, you hit the climax.
I bought but that's why I do it, right? Is like I want to rip packs and have fun doing it. It's kind of, I keep saying childlike, but right, go back to, that's why I do it, because it's fun. I did. I went to the store yesterday, bought a 24-25 Ultimate Collection, and got a Lane Hudson auto. So I'm still ripping.
Nice.
It's
You're like Dave.
yeah.
We get it.
Yeah, that's right. You should team up.
It's funny when I see a single too. I'd rather buy the pack. It's like I don't want to pay for the card I actually want, which sounds so backwards, right? I'd rather go, rip wax, but it's the fun of it. I don't know.
Well, when you're getting gold outbursts and Hudson autos, why not? So
Yeah.
I will suggest you want to get a red outburst of Celebrini. You might want to do it quick, because once your card sells, man, those red outbursts are going to skyrocket.
Oh yeah, buy it before your card sells.
Yeah, before your card sells, because man, I'll tell you what, that's going to make those red outbursts like.
Because it kind of sets the market for it's a downhill effect a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say you can't afford it. Damn it. Go get it now.
That's what people don't want to hear that from me now, right? But it is. I'm more of a probably silver outburst price point guy, even though I have this. So we'll see.
Well, and then for the next year at dinner and with buddies, the check's going to come and everyone's going to go like,
Yeah.
So I would just tell people that I blew all the money at the horse track and I'm broke.
Yeah, exactly.
I have 3 buddies, college buddies, that I'm doing that, really got me back into it. And I did tell, they've kind of lived it with me. I did tell them I'll get them, a little something to celebrate,
that's very sweet of you.
But otherwise, no, guys, this is mine.
Yeah,
stay
I
away.
got you. So your Wings fan, do you have like a player UPC?
Gotta be.
Wings legend.
I don't think I have a Madonna. It's all
Nobody
the old
does,
guys, right? Yeah. Who I grew up with. So like I have a bunch of Shanahan. It's a tumultuous time for Yzerman, but Yzerman, Fedorov was my favorite player growing up.
Oh yeah.
So I actually don't have a lot of current Red Wings. That's probably one of the PCs that I'll get going, like Sider, Raymond. I love those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Even Larkin, people, a lot going on, but I love him. I can't. He's great.
Are you going to cheer for Larkin next year in a Wild jersey?
Is that official? Oh.
No,
Yeah, he's hoping.
Yeah, we're Wild fans, so we desperately need a center. So, but I actually think that he's going to stay now with Yzerman gone.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping. Right, that move allowed that to happen. That's got to be a tough locker room, but I don't know if anybody can do it. I think it's him. Right, stay there. So,
well, James, we're happy and jealous for you all at the same time.
Heck yeah! Congrats, brother.
Yeah, congratulations. Good luck with the auction. I hope you get the result you're looking for, and thank you very much for taking the time to share the experience with us. Mm-hmm. If you want to own James' card, this one, the 2024 Upper Deck Macklin Celebrini Young Guns Outburst Gold 101. You can go ahead and throw your hat in the ring in the Golden Elite auction for July. It ends on August 15th. And yeah, we'll hopefully maybe we'll have you on down the road afterwards and kind of recap for you. Or it sounds like with your luck opening boxes, you'll probably hit
He'll hit the Shield next.
The Schaefer 101 next or something like that.
Shield
So.
also. How about that?
Yeah. I'll talk to you again when you get the Bedard.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's next.
I'm going to start to go buying cases of 23-24 Series 2.
All right. Talk to you later. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Well, what a box. Certainly got his money's worth on that one. A great guy, too. Very, very happy to see a nice guy like James get a card like this. And, of course, best of luck to him on the Golden Auction. What stood out to you, Dave? And Louis, if you want to pop on, too, in the interview. And I think, Phil, you've watched a little bit of it as well.
Second box.
It's just exciting to see someone who, is just a fan, a collector, just a normal guy who just comes in, buys a box, takes it home, opens it, and pulls a card of a lifetime, And so I'm not against anything with breaking, but it is really nice to just see a common collector hit it at home instead of through a break. So
old school.
Old school. It was very cool.
It's the most romantic version that story could be, almost, right?
Well, and also when you watch the video, you see how quiet he is because he hits the card at midnight. His whole family's asleep. He knows he hit a massive card. You can see him, he's just like whispered excitement, and so I don't think I would have contained myself. My entire house, my neighborhood would have been woken up for sure.
Yeah. I keep coming back to, like, as I run through, okay, what if that was me? I might have needed an hour or two to get my hands to stop shaking so I could penny sleeve and top load that card. That would have been one of the more terrifying aspects of it, where, to do that without shaking. Like, I would have for sure, like, flicked the end or cut the end of the penny sleeve. There's no way, but just the sense of relief of getting in a top loader would be huge for me.
Yeah, I'd have gone right to the gas station and bought a box of darts and chilled out and reflected on what the hell just happened.
I'd one-touch it and duct tape it and just say, "Trust me, bro, it's in
there."
Not coming out.
And listen, I think we said this in our conversation, and there's no shade at all towards James, because I would have not, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have known what to do either. And you can't, but still, the fact that he mailed the card to Golden.
Right.
Where does he live again? I don't remember.
I think in the Midwest, Chicago area.
Oh, so he lives in the United States of America. Yeah, so you drive. You rent a car, you make a family trip for 3 days, spend 10 grand, you're getting it back. It's okay.
Or fly.
Bicycle.
Yeah,
I don't care
sure.
what.
Yeah. Leave the wife and the daughter at home. Yeah, go quick.
Dumb question. Where's Golden?
New Jersey.
California? Oh, it's in New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah. God bless the U.S. Postal Service, but there ain't a fat chance I'm dropping that card off with them, or FedEx or UPS. Like, to your point, I'm 100%. Like, I think you said, Dave, in the conversation that you would be the guy with the briefcase with it handcuffed to your wrist, right?
Oh, for sure. Also, like, what did he pay for insurance on that package?
I hope he did.
Did he?
Well, I don't know. That's the question. Did he like pay for insurance, or he just mailed it for $5?
It would almost have to be less than a plane ticket. I would assume the insurance on that would be more than a plane ticket, or right. Similar to.
You got to insure it for $1 million or something. So yeah, crazy. Well,
Phil, do you have a prediction what that'll go for at auction?
No, I $500,000. I don't know. I hope he gets a lot of money and he does good with it and makes a difference for his young family's life. I'm very happy that he got that card, and it seems like it couldn't have gone to a better person. So good on you, Jim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jim, well, you guys are tight now.
Well, Jim Leahy,
sure. Jimmy. Yeah. I'm sure that all of us would have sold it, because unless you have like Benjamin B type pockets, it's not even realistic to own a card like that. You could literally change. I think
he's going to be really good.
Well, and it would live in a safety deposit box, and I would never get to see it. So
you wouldn't even want to take it out because you'd be worried about whatever would happen, so on and so forth. So
I know a case it could go in.
Yeah. Oh, the mint. Yeah,
that would be a card that was worthy of that case.
And I'd pay for GPS tracking.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, again, good luck to you, James. Thank you for coming on the show, and we hope you get everything you're looking for in the card. A new product release is brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner GP Sport Cards and their hobby shop, Total Sport Cards. Come see Grant this week if you're at the National Sport Card Collectors Convention. He'll be at booth 1060-961, which confuses me, but that's what he said. So 1060-961.
Well, there's like 5,000 tables, so the whole place is confusing.
Just look for the guy buying hockey cards every minute of every day all weekend long, and that will be Grant.
Is there good food there? Or no, it's the same crap. Like
I don't. It's
there was a couple of things I liked. They had that taco one.
Yeah, you and I had that at some point last year.
Yeah, that was good. I don't know.
A+ on the food there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. So
nice.
Lots of choices.
So if you have a collection to sell and you're in the USA, where Grant's normally in Canada, well, now's your chance. So go ahead and take him to the National. He'll still be breaking. You can always grab your spots at gpsportcards.com website. And if you're looking for the newest hobby boxes at great prices, Grant can ship to you anywhere in Canada via totalsportcards.com. Okay, boys, 25-26 Parkhurst Hockey has been out for about a week or two now. It's a collector's set, we know. It's a set we all love. It's quite a bit different this year, too. New configuration. So how's that sitting with you guys? Like, how do you feel about it week or two into it?
That's good.
Yeah. I would love to open a box someday and enjoy it and give my opinion on it. But, California, nobody has boxes. So I don't know.
Nobody has boxes in the U.S.
It's
the whole U.S.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The U.S. So it's been kind of not awesome. And so I would love to reserve my opinion when I actually get my hands on a box.
There is something going on with wax in the U.S. And now that we're getting a little bit more insight, now that we're in the breaking game a little bit, it's been a nightmare to get even our ultimate. We broke 2 cases on opening because that's all we got out of our many more that we ordered.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just not getting to shops in the U.S., which is crazy to me.
So why Parkhurst isn't a highly sought after item? So where are the boxes that were allocated for American shops? Like, where are they?
We don't know.
I think that's the question.
Yeah, we called to not, we didn't get the amount we were supposed to, and then we called every hobby shop in the whole metro, and nobody has it.
And then Ultimate came out after, and Ultimate got delivered though, right?
A tiny amount.
The distributors, they're not getting the boxes out, and I don't know what the issue is.
Do the distributors in the States have the boxes, and they're the ones who aren't getting
in Canada too. You get a limited supply from Upper Deck, and most of it comes through distribution. And there's something going on with the distributors in hockey in the U.S.
The only boxes we've received are the ones that our shop got from UD.
Maybe the owner is getting high on his own supply, and he's just ripping everything up in the attic.
Maybe.
Anyone care about him? I
Yeah,
got a few stories like that growing up. Pete, where'd that guy go for 3 weeks? Like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, do you have any predictions about the secondary market? And do you think cards are selling for a lot, a little? Well, what do you guys? How do you think it's resonating so far in the hobby land?
I mean, it's early. I'm sure the top 5 sales will be pretty pedestrian. That would be my guess. I mean, there's not legend content, but you still have the rookie chase. So I'm gonna assume the top 5 early sales are all rookie auto cards. That would be my guess.
Oh, okay. What about you, Phil?
I'm gonna have to agree with Dave. As lame as that is, I do apologize. Yeah, not
get your own opinion, Phil.
Yeah, I know. Usually I'm good for it. I hope for very cheap cases of wax. I'm so excited in the next expo to look for cases of 22, 23 for like $400 to $600. That is still money down the toilet, but it is so fun to open Parkhurst, right, Dave? Like, yeah, no,
I want to buy one too with you. No, I totally. Yep, I'm all.
I think that this is such a collector's set. It is so fun. You can still get great on-card autos. I'm not paying over $600-700 Canadian for a case. I'm just
you're not going to make your money back with that, even if you hit a decent card. But
I'm willing to pay that for the entertainment that gives me. Yeah, and I think that's very reasonable and fair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, right now we're going to take a look at the top 5 highest selling cards to date, along with each's respective top sale. And a reminder, of course, that any and all sales made on eBay have been verified as paid for on Terapeak. So to Dave's point, at number 5, we have an Ivan Demidov Penworks Rookie Auto Raw, sold for $214 US on July 17th by eBay Best Offer. This is a very nice looking card. It's actually, great. I would say, the best Demidov auto I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And for an on-card Demidov auto for $200, I don't know why you wouldn't be, if you're a Demidov guy, snatching these up left and right. That's a crazy deal.
That is the best part of Parkhurst. It is so overlooked and underrated. Like the autos and the patch autos, well, except for last year, but those, they're great. They're amazing cards, and you can get them for a fraction of the price of the Cup or Premier or Ultimate. It's amazing. Yeah.
And again, I don't think I've seen a better Demidov autograph than on this exact card here. I mean, it's like, oh, wow. Decent. Number 4 is we got a couple updates. 23-24 update. Cale Makar. It's a 52 Retros auto. It's raw, so for $229 USD via eBay best offer on July 21st. It's a terrible photo, but that's what the...
Are the 52s the ones that are tiny or the ones that are a little bigger?
Bigger.
Okay.
And the 53s are oversized by like 2 millimeters.
Which is why they had to put them in a separate pack because they didn't fit in the normal size
They're
pack.
great though. They're fantastic.
And then number 3 is another Cale Makar. It's another 2023-24 update, but it's a premium relics patch auto. It's out of 25 in raw, and so for only $268 US via eBay best offer on July 20th.
Cheap.
I'm mad because I was trying to get this card and I was farting around with the guy, and then he stinking sold it to someone else and for a little bit higher than I was offering, and I got a little
Stingy.
Yeah, a little greedy and was trying to really work a deal, and this is already a great deal.
Yeah, for on-card game use patch auto.
I know.
Can't beat that.
I know.
For baby Bobby Orr.
I'm mad I missed out on this
In
one.
a patch you don't see often. You don't see a blue stripe too often.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice card.
Number 2 is a Will Smith and William Macklin Penworks pairings dual auto out of 25. So for $350 US on July 23rd via eBay auction.
So this card sold for more than a Cale Makar game used patch auto. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's a funny hobby.
It is.
And the number 1 selling card to date is a Matthew Schaefer established 1951 rookie auto raw. So for $650 US via eBay best offer on July 22nd. There's been a number of these that have sold, but this is the top sale so far for it. Nice looking card.
It
Don't
is
mind
a
it
cool
at all.
card. Yeah.
Overall thoughts? What you expected, or surprised by again how affordable great cards and Parkhurst continue to be?
Yeah, I mean, with the price point and getting on-card autos and the designs, again, I can't say enough that it's probably the most undervalued, underappreciated set in the hobby. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, when we're talking about box prices and how we're getting screwed over everywhere we look, you always got Parkhurst.
True that, brother. Okay, Phil, you ready for the mailbag?
All right, Gongshow Mailbag. Here we go, boys. Okay, first question from Discord, Blockhead. Hidden in the past, but not sharing until you have the key cards. What's the line between sharing a hobby and being a self-interested collector? I love this question. Josh, why don't you lead us off?
I guess I think it's just a personal preference thing. Some people like to share their collections and others don't. And the one thing that I thought of with this question is I think we all sort of get into this sort of social media, like Instagram is the entire hobby. And it made me think about like how many huge, massive collections are out there that have never seen the light of day on social media.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like this question a lot. I'm also trying to figure that out myself, Blockhead. Good grammar there. I love certain parts of the hobby to do in solo. So I'll give an example. I bought a second Team Canada box yesterday, and I just opened it last night in my bedroom. I didn't tell anyone. I just did it. It took me like an hour and a half. I put some laundry away, opened a pack. It was a very personal experience. It's silly, but I love it. I also love parts of the hobby that I get to share. And I guess it's situational specific. It's a peculiar thing. That's why I keep coming back and staying in the circle. Louis, what do you think?
I guess it all depends on what it is. And you want to share things with people that are like-minded and like the stuff. Like if I had, I don't know what, I really don't have anything goofy, but if it was something I knew nobody around was interested in, it would just be self-interested, I guess, at that point.
Yeah. David?
I share for two reasons. One, I love to talk about my cards and share them with everybody, and no one in my family or my immediate friends could care a lick about it. And so I have a family that does care, and so I like to share it with them. And the other reason is I actually have an insurance policy on my cards, and this is a great way to log them. So I have an actual documented source where I can go back, and if I lost part of my collection or my whole collection, I have that whole thing logged on Instagram and Card Ladder. So
Good
All right,
point.
there you go. There you go, Blockhead. Next question, Discord. Actually, it's not so much of a question, but this is from my Bedsy PC. More of a comment. I have a solution, kind of, for the current box pricing issue. Upper Deck should allow every single CDD account to sell online. Promotes a lot more competition that way. Then allow accounts to ship worldwide. Even more competition. Oh, and I'd love to know why Slab Sharks will ship to Australia on some auctions and not others. Slightly annoying. I have no comments to your statements or question. I feel Josh could lead us off and end it.
The first part is, so Upper Deck has 2 designations for certified diamond dealers. They have like a regular CDD, then an air store, which is authorized internet retailer. That's what allows you to sell your products online and anywhere within your designated country. I don't know why they have that distinction. I don't know why every hobby shop or CDD just can't do that. And that's actually a great question. I'd love to ask them at some point. And I have no clue why Slab Sharks on some auctions wouldn't ship to Australia, but that's something we can ask and try to get an answer on.
We'll get an answer for you by next show. Josh is on it. No. Okay, next question. Instagram. Duty Collectibles. What would you guys think of a Platinum Legend set? On-card Legend autos with Platinum parallels would be unreal. Also, any thoughts on Breaker's Delight Platinum? I'll go first. I don't think the other years of O-Pee-Chee Platinum hit hard, and there's a few. My friend Josh will mention them. I don't think they really did very well on the secondary market. Cough, cough. Buddy of mine, Riley, Laffer Cards on Instagram. I have no idea what the connection is. He has a Bobby Orr Emerald, and that's out of 10. He's selling it for $600. That's like a $2,000 card all day long, if you ask me. He cannot sell it for $600.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. He can. He has lots of offers, so he won't take your lowball offer. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Stay over $500. That's a well over $500 card. That's actually my origin story to Bobby Orr. My very first kind of expensive Bobby Orr card was an Emerald O-Pee-Chee Platinum. I bought it for $400 because I didn't understand who wasn't buying that. So I like what you're saying, Dooney. I just don't think a lot of people are biting on it, and I don't know why. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyone else have any strong feelings about?
I do. I would love to see something like this because we talk about XP Signature Edition Legends and what a home run that was. And I don't want Upper Deck to go in and duplicate it and do that set again 5 or 10 years down the road, or even change up the cards. Let's just bring another really cool set and let's try it in a Legends version. So doing something with Platinum, I think, just a Legend based only Platinum set, I think it would be a really cool idea.
I like the idea too, but I don't like autos on like O-Pee-Chee Platinum cards.
Agreed.
Well, there's that. And then I think, with these Legend sets, I think a lot of us want the autos and preferably the memorabilia too. The point that Phil started with is that, and so maybe I'll give you a counterpoint, Dave, is that there's been Legend content in Platinum in 2015, 17, and 18. So I collect all the Legends from the gold retros, and that is like Gretzky in an Oilers jersey. Then you have Gretzky in the Campbell Conference jersey in 2017, and Gretzky in an Oilers jersey again, and the base set in 2018. So it's like, what would a Platinum Legend set, what would it offer? I mean, I guess with Gretzky's one, you could put in a Kings jersey or Rangers or something, but you can't do Bobby Oregon and Mario Lemieux and Yager and Pavel Bure, which have already been done. So I think for them to do a Platinum Legend set, they would have to come up with a new wrinkle.
Got it.
Good answers all across the board. I hope that helped, Toonie. All right, next question, Instagram. Kevin B. Smith. Hey, everyone. Hey, Kevin. When attending an expo or card show, do any of you have a list of certain cards written down or in your head that you're always on the lookout for? Crosby Seismic Golds, perhaps? Cute. Do you have a card? Do you have a card or cards that you have been looking for and have yet to see out in the wild? Thanks for the hours of entertainment. You're welcome, Kevin. I'll go first. I usually, every 6 months, I'm walking on some type of yellow brick road in my hobby collecting adventure, and that's the road I extend to whatever show I'm at. It's just a different way of saying I kind of wing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a card I have yet to see come out in the wild. Yeah, you nailed it. 2014-15 Crosby Seismic Gold. I've yet to see it. I saw it on eBay and I bought it, but I've yet to see it out in the wild. Yeah. Louis, what do you think?
I have a vague idea of maybe what I want, but I kind of I go in without a plan.
Okay. Dave, do you have a plan?
I mean, I have sets that I'm always trying to complete. So if I find some of those cards, like the last couple expos, I've been trying to complete the bootleg set. So I picked up some of those there. But generally it's just, whatever I see, and it's one of those showstoppers. And that's what happened in Halifax is I had a showstopper and, knew I had to buy the card. And that's, I never went into it thinking that was the card I was going to buy. It just, just spoke to me. So
it's awesome, isn't it?
It is.
Josh, do you have a plan?
No, I like to. My hope is to get like my my socks knocked off, right? To go in and find something totally unexpected. And yeah, part of what stinks for me at card shows is the cards I like the most are like the inserts and parallels from the early 2000s, late 90s, or up to 2012 for retro. And you don't see those a ton at shows. Like they're the 1% cards.
The diamond in the rough.
Yeah, the diamond in the rough.
I'd also like to add to my American friends. I'm sure other Canadians have these, not problems, but funny reoccurring incidences. Every American I know always runs out of Canadian money up in Canada. So
of course,
I don't know, crazy idea. Take out more than you need, and then you're going to say, well, then I'll just spend it. Well, then have discipline. Have the same discipline.
I have brought more money every single time.
Stop hitting the table. Stop hitting the table. It's making the microphone in my ears bleed. Stop. Okay. So listen, if you take out $6,000
every time,
if you take out $6,000, take out 10, because us Canadians are being bled dry, not charging their friends interest, which I will start to.
Oh, please.
Okay. I have borrowed money from you one time.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's one too many. One too many.
Okay, I pay you back fast, though. I borrow money from Phil every time I see him, but I do.
No more questions.
I'm quick to pay back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, next question, except for the next question. Okay, cure for the itch rips. Okay, question for Phil. Hello. I recently put 2 and 2 together. Oh, yeah, I know this. I recently put 2 and 2 together and realized I've been a customer of your business for the last 4 years. Well, I'm sorry. I had a mild panic attack when I read that this morning. That said, can I pay you in seismic gold this season, brother? You yes, absolutely. Invite me in. You're the one. These are one of the hallways in a person's home I would like to stand in. Most others, I'm dying. I'm having total. I'm dying. Okay.
Hopefully, that's all he'd let you in is the hallway.
So my worlds are completely colliding, and yes, you can. So I am a little concerned if this is the 4th year of your 3rd year maintenance program, because I will try to knock on your door, ring your doorbell, and I'm going to ask you to raise your price $50 to $100. All I ask is that you just realize I'm a small business and I have to raise my prices too. Please don't go shopping elsewhere. And yes, you can pay me in seismic golds. Absolutely. Brother, reveal yourself. Send me an email. Okay, well, that's it. Next question, which is really cool, man. Thanks. Next question. Instagram. Chinner's Cards. Hey, guys. What's up, man? Since I know the Gongshow crew are autograph snobs, damn straight, I think this is a good thing. I am selective with my autographed card editions as well. Good. Do you think eventually there will be a premium for Hall of Famers and legends that have cleaner, smoother, full autos? For instance, early Gretzky autos or even Gretzky autos from 2010 compared to now. Another example could be what Phil mentioned when he was showing off his recent Maurice Richard auto pickups. Thanks. As everyone ages, the signature starts to get a little shaky, or if the player signs a lot at any given time, the signature can look rushed or sloppy. I agree with everything you said. Yes, brother, I do. I don't know if people are going to put a premium on it. I definitely do. Josh?
Oh, 100%. And I think that we're going to, like, Wayne Gretzky is a perfect example for this question, where he signs a lot. And Phil, a lot of the guys you're collecting, and Gordie Howe and Maurice Richard and Guy Lafleur, they signed a ton too. And so I think when the dust settles and there's a huge pile of autographed cards from these people, we're going to want to find ways to differentiate them the best from the average from the worst. And I think along with the significance of the card, maybe if they're a playing day, the quality of the auto, I could very well likely see being something that's important and valued to people.
One small correction: Maurice Richard autographs are much more difficult to acquire than Gordie Howe. Yeah, remember. I don't know if you saw.
Or was it Beliveau that signed a lot? Maybe I was thinking.
Beliveau signed a lot. Yeah, 100%. And Guy Lafleur more than all of them put together.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday night, I showed quickly. Oh no, it was Thursday. Yeah, Josh, you were there. Louis, you weren't. Dave, you weren't. But I showed quickly new listings of Gordie Howe auto.
Oh
like
yeah,
3 pages of Leaf cards, like new listings. It's a war out there. I'm telling you. Okay, it makes it fun though. It makes it fun to hunt for good autographs. Do either Dave or Louis have anything to say on this?
I would say, yeah, people are going to be chasing for the legends with great autos. I answered the question completely wrong, though. I was thinking we needed to start somewhere with the new kids on the block here with their autos, but
hanging tough.
We need to start with getting them to at least sign their name in the allotted area that they're given. Do it.
Stay in the square. Stay in the square.
And then work on the auto. But yeah, I love a good old nice auto.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Instagram KB2 cards CB4. I would love
straight out of low cash.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, Josh, good.
Crazy mother effer named Gusto. I can't say the rest. That's about it. It gets very bad.
I'm surprised you even went there. I would love if the NHL used gold shields for the major award winners. Thoughts? Yeah, I love gold.
Sure.
Panel?
Orange is better, but gold makes more sense for this.
Josh, what do you think?
It's a no-brainer in my opinion.
We love it. K2B cards, KB2 cards. We agree. 4 out of 4. Next question. Instagram. Turtle 5 to the power of 5. 4 cards. Sports cards. I can't read how many 5s are there. Why doesn't anyone like the new 2026 Parkhurst product? Blasphemy. Who said that? Who doesn't like the Parkhurst product?
I don't know.
Turtle, get back in your shell. Wait, why are you saying these lies? I don't know. Who said it?
I'm sure it's just people that like big chase products, and it's as we've talked about, it's a collector's product. It's different.
You gotta get more middle-aged men friends. They like Parkers. All right, next question. Instagram. Super Cyan _North. 2 seismic gold Celebrini sold for $5,000 plus this past week. They keep increasing. Is it because of the off season? I don't know. Josh.
I think for like rookies, because products are being released now all throughout the summer, and for Celebrini, I don't know if there is an off season at this point. I just until if and when his market cools, but I don't know. Do you guys see his market cooling down a little bit in the next year? Like if
nope.
Well, doesn't money run out? I don't know. Not when you print it so much. Hi,
just go from
wrong podcast.
Next. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. You know, he's going to start the season, and unless he just completely nosedives, it's just going to continue to.
There's too many factors. Too many factors that outside hockey factors that matter. That's my answer.
Well, off season used to show a overall dip with everybody, and I just don't see that happening anymore. At least not the last few years. It just seems like the market continues to go up and up and up, and there's shows, and you got the National and Fanatics Fest and all these other shows, and they're during the off season, and it just continues to make the hobby flourish. So
we'll wait and see, Super Cyan. We'll wait and see. All right, next question. Discord, Monty, what's up, brother? Do you think cards are meant to be displayed or stored? What's your philosophy on showcasing your collection? Personally, I try to display as many of my cards as possible. I bought them because I enjoy looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is a very personal question that doesn't have that can be answered. It's a flavor. Do you like jelly or do you like marmalade? I don't know. Some people like to, some don't.
Sure.
Louis, you agree? I think we all agree on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gunther cards. Next question from Discord. Hey boys. Hey Gunther. I'm absolutely loving the new Ultimate release. I've seen a few of the shields that have been pulled and noticed the 2 different designs. What designs do you like better? Ooh, pictures. I like pictures. Oh, I like the first. Oh, yeah, I like the first one better. I like Hellebuck design. That's last year, eh?
Yeah, there's so many updates that you're going to get a smorgasbord of different designs. I'd prefer the foiling one better, but yeah.
Yeah, I like the left better. I don't know what year that is.
I don't know. I like the Matthews better. I like how the shield just fits perfectly in the space.
Yes.
Although the nice thing about the Hellebuck is you get to see some of their background jersey, which you don't on the other. So, I don't know. Now I feel like I'm switching.
No, Dave
Background
can't
jersey.
decide. Louis
Yeah.
likes the one on the right. I don't know. We're good. We like them all. We like them all.
Just
Okay,
give me a
next question.
shield. I'll take any.
Alex's hockey cards.
I'm always on the right.
Do you guys think that having ComC in Canada would help with the ridiculous waiting times? My last order from them took 3 months to ship. Brother, that's quick. You did good.
Wow.
It also would be better since the Canadian dollar will never be worth more than the US dollar. It was one time in my lifetime. No, I think we got close. I bet most of the low end card. No, we went over. I bet most of the low end cards that people are sending to them are Canadian. I will answer first. ComC Canada will only work if it is the complete opposite of ComC USA and their hiring practices. That is my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
My
Shipping
fear
practices and
if
money
there's-
grabbing.
if there's 2 ComC warehouses, do you know how much longer shipping will take if they have to send the
good point.
cards to the other office, then to package and send those off? It would be a nightmare. They're so unorganized. It would not be good. Maybe just move the whole thing.
But
to
you could
Canada.
hold on. That can
What?
be organized. Like this.
I realize that.
Like you
because-
can hire competent engineer. Like I'll go right to the top. Crazy engineer. Like you don't even need to go that far. And my goodness, I don't know. Okay. Okay, next question. Instagram Puck8815. Your recent podcast discussed Upper Deck using the rookie card lettering on new rookie cards. Basketball has the logo man, and now baseball is using the rookie logos from jerseys. What do you think if Upper Deck could use a shadow outline of Wayne Gretzky 1979 rookie card pose as hockey's equivalent? Sorry, I read that incorrectly. Not the picture, but the blacked out figure of Gretzky. Topps may own the card rights, but Upper Deck has Gretzky under contract. Oh, interesting. Basketball's logo man is Jerry West. Hockey should be the Gretzky pose. I originally read this. I didn't understand what he was talking about, but I read it out loud now and I get it. I think this is awesome. I love it, Puck8815. Big fan. Louis?
Absolutely not.
Boo.
I like the idea, but this is basketball's thing.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get our own fancy.
Yeah, I mean, you have to
thing.
change the shield, right? And I mean, would you want to change the NHL logo?
Yeah, but if you're just putting it on a hockey card, not
It's like a rookie card badge. I get that.
No.
like a rookie card badge, as opposed to
Negative.
like keep the shield, but
It'd have to be the right look. Like it'd have to be a perfect silhouette.
yeah.
I don't know.
Not
I don't know. Maybe try it on a set and see what happens. See if people like it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be
All
a
right.
bad idea.
Next question. Facebook. Barrick Christian. Hey, Barrick. What is the one card you regret? What is the one card you regret the most getting rid of? For me, a 2002-03 SPA Zetterberg Future Watch auto patch that I pulled. At the time of the advice I got from many, it wasn't a true rookie. RPAs were an incoming fad, and the Upper Deck Premier RPAs would be worth more. I sold it for $300.
Ooh.
I used to regret old Eric Carlson RPA I sold, but enough. It's been over 10 years, almost 15. I'm kind of over it. Josh?
Derek Bugard, Future Watch Auto.
Louis?
Still nothing.
David?
I've sold a few cards for undervalued, but nothing,
Big one?
nothing too big. No, I just nothing too big. It's nothing. Yeah, I haven't sold a lot of big cards, so yeah,
Do you regret
Hey,
selling your Jeremy Swayman?
no, not at all.
Okay, good.
Nope.
Yeah.
Next question. Instagram, the jar 87. Hey boys.
Back up one.
Oh, sorry. Facebook, Alex Muse. Thank you, Louis. Question for the Americans. I pulled a Matthews base red outburst from 25-26 25-26 extended. Would they pay a premium if I sold it to an American who is looking to complete the set?
I think that you should try to sell it in both Canada and the US, because there's lots of Canadian people that love, and Maple Leafs fans that love AM34. And I would try to get I would try to cast the widest net I could.
As in like slab sharks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
good answers. Okay, now next question. The Jar 87. Hey boys, are y'all intrigued by Steve Dangle getting a card in 2026 Goodwin Champions? I'll go first. So are we intrigued by Steve Dangle getting a card in 2026 Goodwin Champions? No, that's nightmare fuel. So I think there's two different. I'm going to use this as an opportunity. I personally believe there are two types of performers. I'll use myself as an example. I love performing because I enjoy making people laugh, and I enjoy creating moments that they can remember, not because I want the attention. Now, I am also kind of selfish. I want the attention on my terms. So I think what people see when I'm performing is an amplified version of who I really am. But I really much value my privacy. I very much rather to perform on my own terms. Like most performers, everybody has an ego, including me. And I find that compliments this day and age mean a lot less than they did before. And that has really gone into a lot of these performers. So your laughing and your smiling is my currency. Your eye-twitching eyebrow and your hall monitor comments on YouTube are also my currency. And I take them all as compliments. I know what I bring to the table, and that's enough for me to get a good night's sleep. I don't put Steve Dangle in that. I don't know. Maybe he's a bad example. You're not bigger than the game, and I don't think Steve Dangle thinks he's bigger than the game. I could be wrong, but I don't think influencers or really like hype people or over energetic people, we should be in these sets. I don't believe that. I tried to make it sound soft, but you're not bigger than the game. So what are you doing in a card set? You know, like I don't like, you know how Timothy Chalamet was in the, he was partying with the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like that. You didn't do, you're not an, I know he's a lifelong fan. I know he was a kid before he was famous going to Knicks games. I get all that. You're not an athlete. Get out of the room. You're not an athlete. Go to the after party.
There you
Steve
go.
Dangle should not be in a card set.
Is it just like a portrait picture? What is
I don't know. I have no idea. But you're not a Goodwin champion. You're a YouTube champion.
Well, I think that like Goodwin, like traditionally we put like announcers, and the question that I get, and I don't know a ton about Steve Dangle. I know he's like high energy, kind of like extreme
he's
energy.
like me, but for Toronto, I guess.
He's
like,
more high energy than you are. I mean, he's really? But the one kind of question I have on this is that like traditionally like you would have a play-by-play or color commentator on a card like that, right? And most people don't care about that stuff to begin with. But I wonder, in the changing media landscape, is someone like Steve Dangle, a YouTuber now, is that equivalent to what your favorite color commentator would have been?
Like a Foster Hewitt or a Dick Irvin.
Yeah, like 30 years ago, because, as we know, like most young people don't watch games live. They watch clips on TikTok
That's a good point,
or
Josh. That's a good point.
Instagram or YouTube. And so maybe it's Upper Deck trying to sort of get ahead of the curve in that regard. I don't know.
Bring in a younger crowd, maybe?
I'm trying to be like a real adult and like define there's something, it just smells wrong. There's just something wrong about it. Like,
I would be super embarrassed and almost feel not worthy of it. And I would have a hard time, not that Upper Deck's ever going to make a card of me, but I think I would be mortified. Like I would want to like hide under a pillow or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I'd rather just be invited to a party that things are recognized, and I get to share an evening with like-minded people and an event, and we like something private with like a 300-400 room party, or not a. Cards are special, man. Cards are the stars. We're like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Like, you guys got to do it's. I feel like not people are careful enough not to get a bit ahead of themselves sometimes. That's all. Okay, maybe way too long. All right, thanks, the Jar. Or do you have something to say there, Louis or Dave?
Nope.
No, we're good. Okay, next question. Instagram. Oh, last question. Rick Mulligan. Longtime supporter, Rick Mulligan. Do you guys think the surging prices of boxes are hurting the hobby? I have cut way back. I say it's creating a new hobby. That's my answer. Josh?
I think it's hurting the everyman, the blue collar collector, which saddens me a little bit. But it's kind of like the trend of anything. It's from what I've heard. Can a working dad with 3 kids take his kids to a Maple Leafs game realistically anymore? Not really. Right. And so unfortunately, it just seems the way the world is going. I don't know if it's hurting the economics of the hobby today, but by pricing out more of the middle class, call it, could that have a long-term effect on the hobby? Maybe.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to be positive. Yeah.
Trying.
It does suck, but we all kind of happy sad on this one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's changed. It's changed me. I mean, I do not buy wax like I used to. So it's sad, but that's just
we got Josh begging Upper Deck to send us boxes. I'm still waiting. Dave's waiting. Like we're panhandlers now. All right. I think that's it. Great questions, everybody. Yeah. That's
Good
it.
job, Phil.
Thank you.
Personal pickups, Phil.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh boy, Philip.
Pickup number 1.
One.
Ooh, nice.
Lafla. IP Auto. Well, that's it. What year is it? Hold
Blue
on.
tape card.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what year it is. No one cares. I'll tell you right now. It's a 2001.
Is that a buyback or just somebody that had him like sign at a card or something?
I thought it was a buyback, but it. So I have 2 of these cards. I have a buyback with a hologram on the back of it, and then now I have one without a hologram on the back of it. I don't know what the heck's going on.
variety.
But the autos, I'm very confident in my autograph recognizing skills of the players I collect. I deem this authentic.
Nice.
Well, that's it. Next card. Yeah, Gila Fire. I hit this in my second secret box I opened last night. I was a very happy Phil.
Nice.
Watching Disclosure Day, opening hockey cards, and Gila Fleur right beside me.
What is it for the good listener?
It's a Gila Fleur Legend. Thank you, Louis. Hockey card. It's a base card, but it's a base Legend card from the Team Canada 26 set this year.
Are you happy with the creative choice that Upper Deck made to do the most legendary players in black and white photos this year?
Yes, incredibly happy.
I think that's kind of a cool touch.
I think this is so far set of the year for me until I buy my Parkhurst box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. That's all Phil got.
Cool. Josh.
Dave.
I got nothing because
okay.
Carter. So I got no cards.
Well, Dave, getting back to the should Platinum develop a Legend set, my pickup this past week is a Legend player from 2015-16 O-Pee-Chee Platinum. It's the retro. These are the gold. They're out of 149. I've collected this set for like 3 years now. I have tons of them. I have multiple of the Bobby Orr. And if you're looking for really cool cards with Legend content, these don't go for a lot. And, I think part of it is it's out of 149, so it's not super, super rare. But this is I don't know if these will be worth, a lot of money someday. But if you just want a very cool collectors-driven set to collect, it's a good one. And the first 25 cards are Legends in the retro set. That's what I collect in particular.
Cool.
All right. Well, big show today. Thank you guys for your contributions. Louis, Dave, and Philip. And if you like the episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, want to chat with us on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our $999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description within our Instagram and TikTok profiles as well, or on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com. Last option, go to Patreon's website directly, patreon.com. Search for us. We're The Gong Show, and you can follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures, LLC. Have an awesome start to your week. And we'll be back on Thursday. And Baba Louie, take us out.
Bye.
Yo, it's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in show.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!